Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Scotty! Good to see you, brother. What's happening?
You know, back in the seat, back in the hot seat.
You're looking good, dude. Look at you, you handsome bastard. What's this box?
This is the best supplements on the planet, sourced from Japan, America, and Switzerland. North Performance, Dr. Massey. Do you know him? He's a Stanford doc. He started the company. I'm involved. I'm getting heavily involved in the ownership of it, and I'm excited about it. It's you take it a day, like one satchel. It's got all the shit.
Oh, so it's like a pre-pack?
It's a pre-pack.
Ooh, I like pre-packs.
You got one and done.
I don't like to think.
Exactly.
Give me pre-pack.
Yep.
Yeah, I take Pures now. I take Pure encapsulations. They have those little men's ultra packs or whatever it's called.
Yep.
I take those every day with
Yeah.
a bunch of other shit.
Yep.
I'll try your stuff though.
Okay, check it out.
So what's so special about these vitamins?
It's just it's more for the person who's like wants to excel in training. So it's got all the amino acids, your creatines, your
All of it in
MNN.
one supplement?
It's big. You'll see. Let
me see. Pull that bitch out.
Let's
go.
open it up,
Let's
baby.
fucking go. By the way, this is not an ad. I mean, I guess it is for Scott, but it's like
Well, I know
we
you're,
didn't
I
organize
know you're
this.
involved in your AG.
I know, but I just want people to know that, like,
Yeah. But that's
I
cool.
talk about cool shit regardless of whether or not it's an ad. And if something's going to be an ad, I have to approve it.
Ooh, look at you.
You need a knife?
Yeah, let's bust it out.
Montana Knife Company, son. There you go.
Ah, good for cutting elk.
That's a Skinner, boy.
Okay.
Look at that sucker.
Shave that dog, teach it to hunt.
Make the best knives.
Okay.
All right, supplements. So, how long have you been involved in the whole supplement thing? Like,
No,
have you
this-
always taken them? Oh, it's all
Yeah.
in powder?
Yep.
Whoa. Bro, try dry scooping that. You're going to choke to death. That's a lot of powder.
It's a lot of powder.
That, I believe, okay, now at least I'm more convinced because there's a lot of volume here.
Yep.
Obviously, there's a lot of stuff. Like, if you took every vitamin that I take every day and you busted them up and put them into a powder form, it would be like this.
Exactly. So it's 70 plus vitamins in there. And that's the biggest thing, right? Like efficacy and quantity. You need the right amount.
Do you just mix this with water? Is that how you do it?
Yep. Mix it with a big water. And then you just don't have to think about it. Because I was doing so many a day,
Right.
as you probably are.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
I ran out of that one. Oh, I got to order that thing.
So you're involved in this company. Did you guys ever send this stuff out for third-party testing? Do you ever do that?
It's totally
Yeah.
third-party tested. So my very wealthy buddy started it. He did it essentially for himself. He was like, I want the best of the best. He's like 55, but he's an adventure athlete. And he's like, I want the best of the best.
All in
I don't
one.
care what it costs. And he's like,
Yeah.
wait a sec. I think I can make a business out of this. So that's
Good
where
for
we're
you,
at.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people at home, what's the name of the company again?
North Performance.
North Performance. And is there a website they can go to?
Yep. We're just launching it. It's going to be on subscription based. Come to your house every month.
Oh,
Don't have
nice.
to think about it.
Oh, I like not thinking.
Yep.
You got me. Got me hooked already, son. All the things. Volume, so I'm believing in it.
Yep.
You know, when I know if you're a very reputable and ethical
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
I know if you're involved in something, it's going to be legit anyway. So that's cool to know. How long have you been taking supplements? Have you been a vitamin guy forever?
Yeah, I cycle in and out like anything.
Do you?
My non-negotiables typically are fish oil, vitamin D. I take, MNN or NAD, and then glutathione. My dad was always a massive glutathione guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of real health benefits to glutathione. I think especially liposomal glutathione, which is I think more
Available now, yeah.
bioabsorbable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you. I think and don't listen to your doctor. If you have a doctor like I had, my doctor said, all you need is a balanced diet. Most of those vitamins are just going to pee out. And I looked at him like, dude, you look like shit. I didn't say it, but I was
thought it.
trying to be nice. Well, he's had a pot belly. I'm like, this is crazy. You have zero muscle,
Yeah.
and you're telling me about balanced diets. Like, this is bananas, dude.
Yeah.
And now that I've looked back on it, he was probably how old I am now. And he looked like shit. There's a lot of doctors that don't understand that if you want to optimize your health, it's not about what the 100% of the USDA or whatever it is, the requirements. Like there's real science on what the right doses are, and you can find it. It's just complicated. You got to go online and you got to go, what's the optimum dose of vitamin D? Are there dangers of going above vitamin D? Are there benefits of having a high level of vitamin D?
Sure.
Like, and if you really want to do it right, you should work with a wellness clinic and have someone go over your blood work. Fortunately, we have Waste to Well in town, so I do it with them.
Yep.
They go over your blood work. They'll actually make you a vitamin that's designed specifically for what your body needs. They'll encapsulate it all in pill form, tell you how many to take a day, and they'll send you like a bag of vitamins. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've been actually thinking about doing that test because there's certain doctors that'll tell you your blood type will dictate what you should be eating. Mm-hmm. And I've never really got that done. Or no, and I know certain people just are like, this is a game changer.
Wonder how much of that is voodoo.
It might be.
You
might be a
know,
little voodoo.
it kind of makes sense, though, if your ancestors came from a specific part of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we know that's the case with alcohol. Like, people whose ancestors came from a society.
Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, societies that didn't normally drink alcohol, like particularly Native Americans, had a really hard time with it because they just weren't built to metabolize alcohol. They didn't have it as a part of their world. And I guess if you're in a part of the world where your ancestors ate mostly meat, I bet your diet should probably be mostly meat. I bet it fits right in there. And if you come from a place where they ate a lot of specific kinds of grains, like I would wonder, like, how much of that stuff is real, like blood type versus what food you should eat. Because everybody eats proteins, amino acids, vitamins, you know, and all that stuff you get from fruits and vegetables and meat and food and fish and eggs.
I mean, if you're looking at the Blue Zone, right?
Yeah.
They essentially have a variety of a Mediterranean diet. And it's a kind of a variety of everything. They don't just eat red meat, but they eat a lot of fish, but they do eat red meat and they do drink wine. And they sort of have this diet that is kind of a bunch of everything. And, you know, there's a bunch of other factors as well. You know, purpose.
Physical activity,
community.
I think
blah, blah,
a
blah.
big one with all these Blue Zone people is they're just eating real food.
Yeah.
That's the real problem. What people need to truly get into their head is the majority of the American diet, as delicious as it tastes, is like
Garbage.
it's bad for you.
Yeah.
It's actually bad for you. It's not good for you. Real food is good for you.
Yeah.
If you go and you have a grilled chicken and some avocado and a nice salad and a glass of sparkling water, that's actually really good for you. Versus if you go and have a fucking Jack in the Box double cheeseburger with bacon and whatever sauce and eat the fries, like that's poison.
It's poison.
It's delicious poison.
Now, I will say, I just got back from Europe. My body there feels so much better. And I eat pretty healthy, okay? I eat healthy here, and I eat pretty healthy there.
Yeah, everybody has the same story.
So what's going on?
It's our food. Our food's bad. There's a guy who broke it down. Remember that dude with the cowboy hat, Jamie? Remember that cat who's really good at breaking down nutrition facts? He broke down what
The gluten is, the glyphosate, right?
The bromine. There's a bunch of other compounds. There's a bunch of preservatives. All that stuff is, again, bad for you. And all these people that live in like Italy and live in these Mediterranean diet places, what are they eating? They're eating food, actual food, real food.
But it's not just that. It's like the way the dairy's processed, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and I actually went to a cheese factory in Italy a couple times ago in Europe, and I said, why can my stomach tolerate this and not in America? And they're like, well, first off, the process of making this cheese is like 4 to 6 hours in the morning every day, and it gets the lactose out. Whereas we just slap it in and send it out, you know, and it's like, that's not the
It's
way
also
it should happen.
raw cheese. You know, I bought a house from this guy who was from France. Really cool guy. He was a doctor. Very interesting dude. I got to know him, became friends with him, and he would smuggle cheese back from France because it was literally illegal to have that cheese. This is California, 2003.
Oh, really?
Illegal to bring that cheese into America because it was raw. It hadn't been all the biology in it hadn't been killed.
Okay.
So like when we're drinking raw milk, what you're getting is all the enzymes. You're getting it, and people could say, "Oh, are you a baby cow? You should be." Like, it's really good nutrition. Raw milk is good nutrition. There's calcium and protein and fats, milk fat. It's good for you. It tastes good when you drink. If you're drinking a glass of homogenized pasteurized milk, your body's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is milk that can just sit on the shelf for months? That's crazy. If you get raw milk, I get it on a Saturday. By Wednesday or Thursday, it gets a little sketch.
Oh, yeah.
It starts stinking. That's the cat. So this dude, listen to what this guy says. He's talking to this guy. This guy's talking about how he's eating bread over in Europe.
Canada, America. Can't eat it.
That's because in America, what we call bread can't even be considered food in parts of Europe. See, here in America, it's not so much the gluten as what we've done to the grain. About 200 years ago, we started stripping the bran and germ, or the fiber and nutrients, to make flour shelf stable, also nutritionally dead. Because the nutrients were gone, we enriched it with folic acid, which a large majority of the population can't even metabolize. Therefore, many people experience fatigue, anxiety, hyperactivity, and inflammation. But then the bread wasn't white enough, so they bleached it with chlorine gas, and the bread didn't rise enough, so they added a carcinogen called potassium bromate, which is banned in several countries like Europe, the UK, and even China. Then we wanted to ramp up production, so we started using glyphosate to dry out the wheat before harvest, causing endocrine disruption and damaging your gut. So now you're bloated, brain fogged, tired, and blame gluten, but gluten is just the scapegoat. The real issue is ultra-processed, chemically altered, bleached, bromated, fake vitamin-filled wheat soaked in glyphosate. This isn't bread. This is.
Shout out to this guy. His name is Denny Dure. Denny, DENNY _DURE on Instagram. He's got a...
Fuck with the audio there because that song will.
Oh, yeah.
So what I get from that, and I have seen this actually.
Damn it.
It's just essentially pure greed to keep bread shelf stable for longer.
Well,
right?
it's their business model, right? So their business is set up on shelf stable stuff and the problem is it was greenlit, right? So the problem is whatever year they started doing that, they built their entire business on doing it that way. So this was the argument when RFK Jr. came in and said you have to stop using these dyes for children's cereals.
Yeah.
And they were
Seems
saying
reasonable.
this is going to ruin our business. And he was like, you already make the same kind that we're asking you to make for Canada because Canada doesn't allow them to use the dyes.
Yeah.
The same cereal they make in the United States, and it looks not as good. Because it doesn't have the juicy, delicious, bright, vibrant
Reds,
dyes that give you fucking cancer.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it's just their business model. They're set up to do it a certain way, and to change would be very expensive. So what do? They fucking hire lobbyists. They hire lobbyists. They get their guys into the FDA. They get their guys into this organization, that organization, and they make sure that they're protected. And then we keep eating dog shit, and we keep getting poisoned. And you go to Italy, and you have a spaghetti, and you feel great.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you got shot with a tranquilizer dart. It's kind of amazing. And
there's a dart in your neck, man.
We've talked about it so many times. You go over there, and you're like, why am I living the way I live?
Yeah.
These people are just hanging out, having a good time, having a cigarette, laughing.
That shouldn't even be a thing we're arguing about. I don't even understand. It's just like that gets lumped into that. It's like, no, that's for the betterment of society.
Yeah.
What? Like, why is that a thing?
Yeah, we live in a weird world, man, a world that doesn't completely make sense. And then on top of it, it gets connected to political ideologies. So it used to be that the people on the left were really concerned about healthy food. Like when I was a kid, we used to go to the health food store. My parents were hippies, and they would buy like whole wheat bread, and like they would try to buy like organic food, like and that was the thing on the left: avoid chemicals, avoid processed foods. And because it's all these movements are connected with Trump and RFK Jr., there's so many people that are rejecting something that's beneficial to everybody because somehow or another they have this connected to some right-wing anti-science position. Like, God, you guys are getting brainwashed. We should all be eating organic food. That should be the only food. We're not doing that, okay? And it's one of the reasons why we're some of the sickest, fattest fucking people on earth while also being the most wealthy country.
Yeah, groupthink is like a crazy thing. It's it's really sad because people aren't really actually thinking critically about each subject. They're just jumping onto something they've been told or is in their echo chamber or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? I like to think no matter what issue it is, I'm like, okay, well, let's evaluate that. Let's kind of look at both sides. Maybe there's maybe there's some in between. Both things can be true.
Yes, for sure. And that's a problem. If there's something that's accurate that the other side is saying and you're rejecting that because it doesn't align with your political ideology, that's bad for everybody. Like, I think the groupthink that we have to all really align with is the groupthink of being open-minded. Being actually open-minded and willing to accept different ideas, and also recognize that you are not your ideas.
Yeah.
Your ideas are just thoughts. Do not connect yourself with them.
Yeah.
You are you. And if you really want to have a stable you want to be proud of what you are, you should be completely detached to ideas.
Yeah.
You should know which ones are accurate and which ones aren't based on information, based on the reality of whatever we're talking about, whatever subject matter is. But the reality is, like, you can't be married to your ideas because they'll fuck you. They'll fuck you over every time. It's like it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You have to be flexible, and you have to be willing to say, even though I hate this guy, he's right about that. It's very
Yeah,
important.
like it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, even
It's
though
okay
I think
to go,
this guy's
hey,
a piece of shit.
I was wrong
when
about that.
he lies about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that thing that he's saying is actually true.
Well, here's to go even a little more, maybe an unpopular or something people don't talk about is they divide, in my opinion, to control. If you don't have division, that's when the pitchforks come out. If you don't have the illusion of choice in a team, that's when you're like, well, fuck that. They're taking our money. We're paying all these taxes. We're doing these things. And we actually don't have a choice.
Right.
Maybe that's the reason it's, there's these teams, red and blue. And it's actually just one higher group that are actually making decisions, the big money.
Yeah, well, for sure they benefit from people being at each other's throats. They benefit from culture war stuff. They benefit from people arguing over whatever it is, Pride Month or whatever it is, Black Lives Matter.
Rile people up, and then people are thinking about this and this instead of, hey, like this is actually going on. And we're not talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, look, every time when Clinton got caught with Monica Lewinsky, they started bombing like right afterwards.
That's the real power.
That's
right?
what they do. Yeah. It's a good move. It's a good move to distract people.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that shit's going to stay in the news cycle until something big happens. So you got to make something big happen.
Yep.
Yeah, we're involved in a game, and we don't think it's a game. We think that what we're doing is trying to make the world a better place and vote for people that have similar values. That's not the game they're playing. The game they're playing is let's pretend that we care.
Yep.
Let's pretend that we want to fix the homeless problem. Let's pretend we want you to have health care. Let's pretend. But meanwhile, a good percentage of them are demons. They're just sociopaths, completely devoid of any feelings of what the consequences of their action are going to have on people's livelihoods, losing their homes, losing their businesses. They don't give a fuck. They care about their own career, and they want to keep on trucking until they become the king of the country. And that's what they're trying to do. And that's a giant pile of these fucking demons. There's a lot of them out there that think like that. And then there's real good people that get involved in politics as well. And boy, we need them to make us feel better. This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew, the #1 brand for better sex. Blue Chew just dropped something crazy, Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew has made it easy for 5 million men to get hard, but now they've made it easier to get horny too. Blue Chew Gold gets your brain and body on the same page fast. Other options just help blood flow, but Gold combines 4 ingredients into 1 tablet that works fast. 2 ingredients increase blood flow, and 2 boost arousal and intimacy. So for a good time, go to bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd free with promo code Rogan. You also receive an additional 10% off plus free overnight shipping on your first order. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. Blue Chew is #1 for a reason.
No, we were actually talking about it. My buddy gave me a lift here today on his plane, and he's a very wealthy, successful guy. but he was getting riled up about some trans thing and an issue, and I was like, why do you think you get riled up about it? I was like, do you think that maybe that's just a cause for division, and that, like, what, you know, like, if you get upset about a sound out of someone's mouth, when you think about it, it's kind of like from a 30,000 foot level, it's like you're getting riled up about an idea, about a sound that's coming out of someone's mouth.
Right.
Like, you're letting that affect you.
Right, and it's not affecting your real life, but you're choosing to focus on that. And it is an issue, but is it an issue that's of paramount importance in your life when you're on your own private jet flying somewhere?
I know. I couldn't
not.
thinking about, like, I was thinking about, I was like, you're this,
Especially that
billionaire, and you're upset about that. And I go, you're wasting your time thinking about that instead of a million other things we could talk about or think about.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Well, it's always been a tool. As much as we like to say, no, these are real issues that we face, and we really have a real cultural issue that we have to, I get it. That's true. But however, you have to recognize that that tool has always been used by dictators, by
Divide and conquer,
Yeah.
art of war, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
From the
playbook.
beginning.
Yeah.
And it's important. And it's one of the beautiful things about our country is that we have two parties. So it's so easy to do because it's just good guys and bad guys. There's no good guys, bad guys,
In between.
pretty reasonable guys that are pragmatic. We know how to kill folks. I like them. Like, let's go to the
let's go to that
towards
side.
that guy.
No, we can't
let's
have
go
that.
to the discipline side.
Yeah.
But no, it's like you can only be on the right or on the left. And if you're on the right, you get lumped into these crazy people that, you know, have these big Jesus rallies and they talk in tongues, and you get lumped in with white nationalists. You get lumped in with Christian nationalists that think that the 10 Commandments should be in every school and no one should be able to practice any other religion. This is a Christian country. There's people that really believe pushing that. That you get lumped in with them too. When you're just like, hey, I think the Second Amendment's important. You know, like, oh, you must be a far right-wing conspiracy theorist. Like, oh, come on. Like, you can't always count on the cops. You know, you should be able to protect yourself because bad people have guns. It's that simple. It doesn't mean you're going to use them all the time. Like, this is crazy. You could kill people with a variety of different methods. You know, you don't need to lump everything into right and left, but people do. They do because they're being told to. You know, if you're on the left, you have to accept, you know, trans women are women. You have to, there's a whole bunch of, like, they're kind of moving away from that now. In a big way, they're moving away from the competitive thing, like with trans women competing in school athletics. And because it's like, after a certain amount of fucking championships, you know, you just got to go, hey.
Come on, guys.
That's a guy.
That's a guy
be
fighting
kind,
women.
Be sweet. Those people have always exist, but also you're letting them into the women's room, and now you could have perverts who just say they're trans and they can go in the women's room too. Like, you didn't think about this.
Yeah.
The fact that they never factored in the one segment of society that has always been the most hated and the most, like, looked out, like, make sure that they don't come near you, psychopathic perverts. Like, psychopathic perverts that prey on men, guys that want to go in women's bathrooms, guys that want to, like, grab women after bars. Those guys have always been terrifying.
Yeah.
And we just gave them a Willy Wonka golden ticket. Just wear a dress. Like, imagine you're a fucking old school pervert and you're 80 years old. You're like, fuck, I missed the boat. Yeah, you've been in and out of jail for doing all kinds of creepy shit, pretending you're a woman.
I think we should just be able to hunt them. Like, for real. I would lose zero sleep.
Real perverts, yeah.
Like,
the thing is,
child molesters, people,
Yes,
like, no
100%.
problem. Just let's go hunt them.
well, they're broken, and I don't know how you could ever think you're going to fix them. And then there's this weird trend where in some academic circles, they're trying to label them as minor attracted persons. Which is just this thing of just empathy falling into chaos. Like, you have so much empathy that you're willing to ignore, you know, all kinds of crazy, like what's going on in the UK with the rape gangs. They're willing to ignore it because they don't want to be deemed as being racist.
Yeah.
They don't want to be deemed as being Islamophobic. Like, okay.
Yeah, that breakdown of culture, and because of, you know, some very extreme groups, is pretty scary.
It's scary.
It's super scary.
It's
you know?
scary because it can happen anywhere in the world. It can happen in America too. And if you think it can't, you're nuts. And the beautiful thing about America is you're supposed to be able to practice any religion you want. You're supposed to be able to be a Buddhist. You're supposed to be able to be a Baptist. No one should care. And we should all be able to get along. It should be a true melting pot. But there's other organizations that have different plans, and their plans are to take over cities. There's plans that are to take over cities and change the laws. And we were talking about with Tim Dillon what happened with Dearborn, Michigan. All these like liberal people are like, yeah, we love Muslims. Everyone's amazing. So they got a Muslim mayor, and the first thing he did is like, no more pride flags. Shit's illegal. Because what he would like is Sharia law. Like if you ask the majority of practicing Muslims, like worldwide, how many of them would like Sharia law? And it's not a small amount. You know, that's their religion. That's what but the problem with that is like you can't push that on other people. If you want to have your mosque and you want to pray 5 times a day, wonderful. You should be able to do that 100%. Everybody should appreciate the fact that there's all sorts of different ways of worshiping God. Great. I don't know who's right. But as soon as a culture starts taking over and putting in values that, first of all,
Degrading women.
grossly deteriorate women's rights. Grossly.
That's bad. That's
Yeah.
when it falls apart completely.
Well, and that's their culture, and you have to understand that they've accepted when they're wearing those traditional head garbs and body coverings. That's their culture, and they want women to dress like that. And you know, we have to stop that from spreading. Like you should be able to do it if you want to, but the idea that you can take over a town or take over a city—that's a flaw in our system, because every city should have the same sort of national rights. Every city should have the rights that we have, where you can wear whatever you want to wear, practice whatever religion you want to practice, and you shouldn't be persecuted one way or the other.
Yeah.
But when you get a country like England that just lets them in, mass migration, and then you're ignoring the chaos that comes with it, that's not good. And that makes you wonder, like, are they wanting the society to deteriorate to the point where they can say, hey, we're going to make new laws to protect you? Because you need to protect. So you have mass surveillance everywhere, more police on the streets, more people getting arrested. And in England, you know, they're also getting arrested for social media posts. Like thousands.
I've been
of
hearing
them.
about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
pretty
nuts.
wild.
More than China, more than Russia and China combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems as if, you know, the grab for power is just, you know, done in plain sight now. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
And I hate to say this, but they don't have the Second Amendment. It's part of the problem. Part of the problem is you're not armed.
Mm-hmm.
So like when shit goes sideways, you don't have a lot of options, you know? And what are you going to do? All get together with shovels? What are you going to do? Grandpa's got a bird gun? Let's go get Grandpa's bird gun. Fuck are we doing?
Get Grandpa's bird again.
That's no way to keep the police out of your town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I think hopefully there's enough sensible people where we're going to come out on the other end of this, but it's going to be real hard with this right versus left bullshit.
No, well, but you know, not to like toot your own horn here, but voices like yours are really important because you examine a lot of different people, and you've pulled in like almost. I was thinking about the other day, like an encyclopedia of different type of people and different types of subject matter, where you can type it in a ChatGPT now and say, "Can you tell me about this thing that you know?" And then they'll, would you want to hear a 2-hour podcast that Joe did about it with the expert of such and such? And that's pretty cool because then it expands people's mind. It's much easier than having to, you know, go and read about something. You're like, oh, that's an interesting point
Well,
of
if
view.
it gets people stimulated, that's great. But the reality is we should be teaching people to think correctly from the time they're young. And I think we're spending way too much time giving them information and not teaching them how to think correctly.
Yeah.
And not also like, you know, giving them something that excites them and giving them something that they can understand why it's important to be interested in something, like why it can benefit you, how it can stimulate you. Try new things out, like, oh, this is exciting. I feel better. Like, feel good. Like people like tasks. They like that.
Yeah,
and we should be taught that from the time we're young. Instead, we're just basically groomed to becoming workers.
You know what's interesting is, I turned 40 in March, and I decided I was going to take the year off. So essentially 39 to 40, right? Because I've been working head down for 20 years. Hadn't looked up, been living out of a suitcase, movie to movie to movie to movie, blah, 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 blah. And I thought it would give me better perspective. It would maybe whatever, where am I going in the next 10 years? Kind of my thinking. And I actually got more depressed. So I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? I feel more depressed. And it kind of just goes back to just stay busy. Get up and do shit.
Well, the thing is, you're busy, but you're busy doing what you love. And that is a gift. That's a real gift.
Yeah.
And we're both very fortunate in that regard. And anybody who's listening to this that actually does what they love, whatever it is, beekeeping, carpentry, if you're doing what you love, you're so lucky.
Create. Go out and create.
Yeah.
Don't take.
Yeah.
Be a creator in anything. Like if you're a plumber, whatever, fix someone's pipes.
Yeah.
Have a purpose and create. Don't take. Oh, there's takers and there's creators, It's like I was actually listening to a podcast and a guy said that and I was like, yep, that's it. If you create, you're exponentially happier, I think, because you're giving society something.
It's a benefit to the people that are interacting with you with whatever you're doing. Yeah, and that's good for you, for sure. And I think, unfortunately, I don't want the responsibility being the guy who gives everybody curious things to think about.
You're not
like
the only. You're not the only person.
No,
but
course.
you are.
I really think that this kind of thinking, the kind of thinking that lets you explore things and gets you interested in things, should be in schools. Instead of just forcing fucking history down their throats and math down their throats, give people the tools to be excited about things. Show them cool shit. Show them cool shit where they realize, like, oh, learning about things is actually really interesting. You know, it just has to be something you're interested in. And then they'll realize, like, oh, I can get good at stuff. I can pursue something instead of just being a cog in the wheel, like most people feel. Most people feel like, fuck, the economy sucks. I just got to get a job. And then you just get home and you just want to play video games or do something to stimulate yourself because you hate jobs. And then next thing you know, you're 35 and you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you're stuck, and that's a lot of people listening to this right now. And it's because they were never instructed how to think about things. They were never instructed to try to find something that you're actually interested in.
Go do the thing. Get the job.
Encourage that curiosity.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, man, being a fucking car mechanic, whatever thing you're interested in, there's got to be a thing. You just got to find that
you
fucker.
You can get good at anything.
Yeah.
And that will produce money. It's like also part of the problem is culturally, I think we place too much value in like becoming rich and, oh, you got to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, hold on. Don't miss the point. Get good at something that you love, and then that will produce, if you get good enough at anything, you'll make money at it.
For sure, but the problem is like with kids, it's everything today, they want it fast, really fast. They want Ozempic, right? They don't want to go on a diet. They want get, whatever it is, fill in the blank with whatever thing that they want to get really fast with, scams, crypto, anything they're going to get rich quick, whatever they got to do to get rich quick. Because it's like this TikTok mind culture where people just want that easy, quick fix in a pill instead of doing the work. When you think about a job or going down a career path, like acting, for instance, like what you did, first of all, you did it, you would think, oh, great. Clint Eastwood's his dad. He'll help him. No, fucking.
It made it worse for me.
It did.
People were like, nah.
But you had to prove that you were a really good actor for like a long time before people go, oh, yeah, Scott's actually really good. Because it's always going to be your Clint Eastwood's kid.
Oh, yeah.
And then he didn't fucking help you. But like your grind was, I know your grind was years and years and years and years and years and years of just fucking hustling and putting in the work. Most people see that and they go, wait, how long is it going to take?
What?
14
20
years? 20 years? What? Hey. Like when we talk to comics, that's a big thing that comes up in comedy clubs. Like most comedians say a comic isn't even really a comic till 10 years.
10,000 hour rule, right? I mean,
I don't know if that's real. No? There's something to that. There's something to reps for sure, but I think intention is as important as what the hours are. Just the amount of time.
Yeah, like if you're just mailing it in the gym, it's not the same as
Yeah.
I'm going to build this or get really good at that.
Yeah, 100%, especially skills-related things.
Yeah.
Like jiu-jitsu is a perfect example of that. Jiu-jitsu, 100% you get better the more you do it, but 1,000% if you drill correctly and you have like mastery of the fundamentals of the techniques, like you really truly understand like leverage points, where you're supposed to be, when it's secured, when it's not, when there's an escape, when there's no escape. If you don't understand that, you're just rolling around and just like resisting hard with people. And you'll get somewhere, but you won't get nearly as far as you would get with focused, really systematic breaking down of techniques. So it's like the 10,000 hour thing there's something to it. The more you do it, the better you'll get. But really, it's the intention that you put into each and everything you do. That is as, if not more important than the time. Like it's about enthusiasm. It's about enthusiasm and your willingness to like look at it as objectively as possible. You know, especially if you're like with jiu-jitsu is a thing, it's like your ego's involved because you don't want to get tapped out and you don't want to get humiliated. Yeah. And so you don't want to try things. So you keep a tight game and you never grow. And it's your ego actually holds you back by that. But telling people that it's going to take that long, if you knew how long it would take to get to black belt, you're like, oh God, it's too much work.
Well, also, I think the thing you realize, you know, as your ego gets stripped from you doing jiu-jitsu, is that you realize, like, doesn't matter what level I'm at, there's always going to be 1,000 more guys above that level that will still choke me out.
100%.
And you realize you're like, no, I kind of am a pussy. You're like, I'm not as tough as you know now. You really know.
Well, I really know because I work for the UFC. So
yeah, you know. It's like,
I'm always around like every weekend, dozens of guys who can kill me.
Yeah.
And then there's people that can kill them, which is crazy. It's like there's levels to levels. You know, when a guy like Ilia Topuria knocks out Max Holloway, you're like, whoa. And then Justin Gaethje beats up Ilia Topuria, like, whoa. It's like there's so many guys out there. You have to be humble. And it's good for you. It's good for you to not be delusional.
Yeah.
But my point was, for young people, they have to get interested in the path. It can't be just the results. And the path is really where you grow and you become something special in life. You have to be on that path for a long-ass time and try to keep getting better at it with every day. Every effort you put into it, do it, whatever the fuck you're doing, do it to try to get better at that thing. And eventually success will come. You're going to have to manage that success. You're going to chase it. You're going to have to figure things out. But the most important thing should always be the path.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, I think that's it in everything, in anything you do. If you're making music, if you're writing books, it can't be, I'm going to sell 1 million copies. It's got to be, I need to fucking make this the greatest literature that's ever been read.
But I also think we need to push, because of this whole like quick money and thing, the morals and codes people have are not taught enough to young people. You know, do the right thing. When you say you're going to do something, be there. When you make a promise, do it, complete it. Don't just, people just are so happy, and this culture of oh, whatever, fuck them, we can just do whatever we want. It's like, that's fucking terrible behavior to put out to young people. You gotta have a code and a value system. That's what my dad, he was so, you make a promise, that's all you have in this life is your word. So it's like, you gotta do something. You gotta your
dad should have been president. Why didn't he run for president? He would have.
Because he did politics.
He would have fucking won. I know he was a mayor of Carmel.
Yeah, and then he said, never fucking again.
Yeah,
he realized it's people like.
He would have been a fun president, though.
Yeah,
he would have been.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have liked it though. Then it would have been like everyone.
No,
everyone would have come after me for no reason.
Bro, you'd have been Don Jr.
Oh, Jesus. Way to put me in the box.
Roped up into some crypto scheme. Everybody would hate you.
Making billions.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Yeah, politics are dirty. I wouldn't have done it either if I was him. But, when Ronald Reagan ran, a lot of people were like, finally, a guy who, is good at acting. That's kind of what the president is. It's a role.
Oh, yeah.
Part of it is a role. like you're playing a leader, and the way you behave, it's like it's very formal. The way you communicate is very formal.
Yeah.
You know, and actors are going to be better at that. You know, like Josh Brolin, that guy could be the president, 100%. That dude could kill it as the president. He looks like a president.
Voice, yeah.
Didn't he play a president in the George Bush movie?
I think
yes,
so, yeah.
that's right. He played Bush. Yeah, he could be president. You know, I know they tried to get The Rock to run.
Yeah. I think he was thinking about it.
Yeah, not much. He told me, like,
Really?
fuck this.
Yeah. Or maybe he was just hyping it up. He was toying with. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it."
He's very smart with social media.
Yeah.
He's a wizard at that stuff. But I think he's too smart to run for president.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like, get that giant ass pro wrestler. Get that guy. He should be our president. At least we know that our president could fuck up all the other presidents. That would be nice.
No, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see some sort of version. It's like, okay, great. You got to be smart enough, but you also have to maybe do some sort of like fight or some sort of physical like competition, because you can't just be, you got to be athletic. You got to be, that would be cool. It's like, it's already a giant show anyways.
We should really make them do about 7 grams of mushrooms. Anybody who wants to be president.
That'd be good.
You do 7 grams of mushrooms. We film it. We do it in a dark room with infrared cameras or, night vision cameras.
So you freak out.
Yeah. We want to know how well you handle God.
But also expand your mind a little bit. Don't be so rigid in your ways, right?
Yeah, well, also I think a lot of those people would benefit from a psychedelic experience because it would just make them realize that like there's a lot more to the world than you can see right in front of your face. And you don't think that until you have it, and then you have it, and you'll never think any differently again. You're always going to be like, okay, there's a part of this that's not real. This is a part.
Oh, no, I did. Trust me, I did 5-MeO. And that was some life-changing stuff.
Well, you feel like you're dead when you take that stuff, right? That's the first thing you think, like, oh my God, I killed myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm not around anymore.
Yeah. And I think what was the most powerful thing was when you come back, it felt like seeing the world for the very first time again. Mm-hmm. Like the first time you saw grass, the first time you saw the sun, the first time you felt the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, I cried, I bawled for 45 minutes in my buddy's girlfriend's arms after I did it.
Whoa.
And I was like, I'm just so...
I would have got uncomfortable after about 5 seconds. I'd be like, hey, Scott,
like, okay,
go cry on the couch.
That's enough.
Why are you hugging my girlfriend, bro? You handsome bastard. Get off of her.
But it was powerful.
Well, your ego is completely shattered after that stuff, and you probably weren't even thinking of who you're hugging. You just want to hug a human, and it's the feeling of it is so like you're a part of everything in the universe, and there's no like particular destination. It doesn't exist. You're a part of everything all at once. It's a very strange feeling, and no one has ever done it and go, I didn't think it was that big a deal. Like everybody who does is like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I know a few prominent right-wing people that have done it. That would completely change their life. Yeah. A couple of them don't even talk about it, so I don't want to mention any names.
Yeah.
But then they want to talk to me about it, and they're like, "Yeah, so I'm a different person now. Like whoever I used to be, I'm not that guy anymore." Like that's because once you know that you really are a part of the whole universe, and it's like all the molecules, everything everywhere is connected. There is no space. There's no space between anything. Everything is filled with something.
Yeah.
It's all a soup. It's a giant soup of energy and vibration, and
it actually made me sad for the people who will never try it and are so dealing with so much pain or dealing with such a rigid thinking or whatever it is, that it could help them. And I was like, oh man, that is sad.
The rigid thinking is a big one. It's interesting that it's becoming much more accepted to talk about. I see like grown adults who are very successful, who run businesses, and they talk about psychedelics. And when I was young, when people talked about magic mushrooms or anything like that, it was always like you were a fool. You were a crazy person who wanted to like trip and see things that weren't there. It was never like you were trying to expand your consciousness and you were trying to just enrich your experience in life and have a better perspective and ego death and all those things that people are trying to do and be more connected to God. but now it's commonly discussed. It comes up all the time. So the public's perception on this has really radically shifted in my lifetime. And I think it's because of the internet. I think it really started to change where I heard people talking about it in the early 2000s. And it was even before social media, because there was a bunch of articles that were written and a bunch of people were talking about positive psychedelic experiences, and people were talking about how it helped them quit heroin, and people were talking about all these different things that were connected to mushrooms in particular, but then all the Terrence McKenna stuff that he was talking about, DMT and LSD and a bunch of different psychedelics that have helped him. And so all this stuff started getting out there, and then YouTube. And with YouTube and with podcasts, then people really started hearing about it from people like Michael Pollan. And you're like, whoa, Michael Pollan is a very respected journalist. Like, what is he talking about? He's wrote a book about psychedelics called Change Your Mind? Like, what? And so it's now where rational, intelligent, educated people are free to talk about it, and they often do. Yeah. And so that's just alone gives me hope, because I feel like that's a big change in how people view something.
Well, was it? And I don't exactly know the history, but I've heard. Was there alcohol lobbyists that were trying to kind of suppress, weed use? The
alcohol lobby has.
Did it also go to psychedelics as well? Where
they haven't yet. No. Well, I'm sure they are leaning in the direction of it not being legalized. But the problem with alcohol and marijuana is that places that do have legal marijuana, you see a diminished alcohol intake.
Sure.
The diminished alcohol intake's measurable. It's like it costs them money.
Yep.
It's real. You also have the darker thing, which is prison lobbies.
Explain.
They lobby prison guards unions. There's a bunch of people that lobby to make marijuana laws, keep them on the books so that they can keep locking people up.
Sure, because that's a massive business, right?
Yeah, their business is keeping people in cages, which is really fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
hard.
really crazy that someone who's in the business of locking people up can actually lobby to make sure more people get locked up. Get locked up for something that
non-violent crime.
Yeah, and especially marijuana. Like, most Americans don't think that that it should be illegal. It's a large number. It's like more than 70%, I think. Like, what amount of Americans think that marijuana should be legal? Let's see if there's a poll. Put that into Perplexity. See what the universe says. I would say it's about 67% of Americans think marijuana should be legalized.
Legalized.
Yeah.
What do you think about all drugs being legal?
It's a tough argument, because for sure you're going to lose some people.
Mm-hmm.
If you make all drugs legal, look, if they made drugs legal right now, I'm not going to go buy heroin. I'm not buying fentanyl, all right? I'm not into meth. I'm not interested. If I could go to the pharmacy and pick up meth, I'm not going to pick it up. But some people will. 70%. 70% of Americans say marijuana should be legal in general, according to recent Gallup poll. If you include people who support either medical or recreational legalization, it's 88 to 89%. U.S. adults say marijuana should be legal in at least some form, with only about 11% wanting it to be completely illegal. And those people need to try it.
So, look, pot never agreed well with me. And I think I have, I got a little scared and paranoid sometimes, where I was like, maybe I have like a propensity to like some sort of schizophrenia or something. I was like, ooh, I don't like this. This made me kind of go psychosomatic. And
so did it just make you scared, or did it like distort reality for you in a way that was?
No, I don't know if it distorted reality. It just got my brain, it got my brain so freaked out about things that were out of my control.
That's the part I like.
Now I can see why, because mushrooms, they make you face some things that you're going on in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that's healthy. I don't know. Pot just never agreed with me.
I think what I like about it is when it wears off. I like that fear. I like Joey Diaz says, "Go meet the devil." I think there's some benefit to freaking out, because then it calms down and you have more perspective. But I think what's going on is you really can't think about all the threats of the world and all the problems in the world and all the things that can go wrong in your life. You can't think about those on a regular basis. You got to kind of put your blinders on and keep on trucking.
Sure.
And then marijuana's like, what's that in the corner of the room that you're scared of? And you're like, oh!
But I will say, as you know, important, like before the frontal cortex is like fully developed, because
Yes.
there is some danger for young men specifically.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And schizophrenia and like, you know, some stuff that can come if you're not. I think that's with anything, right?
Yeah, I don't know
Too
if
much
it
alcohol,
causes
too much whatever,
schizophrenia,
right?
but it's really bad for brain development, especially young people that smoke regularly. It's not good for you. It's just not good for you. And I know that's hard for people to hear because they want to get high. Just trust me. If you're getting high all the time when you're 14 years old, it's going to fuck your head up.
Yeah.
It's not good for you. It's just not good for your brain development. And it's one of the most important things about you as a human being is your ability to think well. It's very important.
100%.
And
It's
if
your
you're-
operating system. Don't screw it up before it has a time to like.
And just for hee-hees and ha-has because you're bored in math class, you want to get high all the time? You know, I mean, people have done it and got away with it, and they're okay, but a lot of people have not. And you don't want to sabotage your whole life just because everybody you know is getting high. It's just not worth it. And that also goes with alcohol. There's young people that are like 14, 15 years old that are getting drunk 4 or 5 times a week. Like, don't do it, man. I'm telling you, it is fucking bad for the development of your brain. Whatever look, maybe you have a very high potential. Maybe your brain, maybe you're always going to be smart and you're going to be fine. But I guarantee you, if you're getting drunk all the time and getting high all the time, wherever you would be is not where you are. You might be still a very high intellect, still very smart. You would have been smarter. Your brain would have functioned better. You would have probably had a better perspective. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, we glamorize it for kids. Like the kids at parties drinking, having a good time. It's fucking bad for you. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But you also can't tell them don't drink. Because if you tell them don't drink, they just want to drink.
Drink more.
You just got to kind of inform them.
Well,
like,
Europe tends to have like a better. It seems as a whole. I'm sure they have their problems too, but it
Much
seems
better.
like they ease into it, right? Have a little, like less is more.
Yes.
Like with anything, actually, less is more. You
yeah,
know?
it's not forbidden.
Yeah.
So you can have a glass of wine with your family when you're 11, 12 years old. You know, it's not that big a deal.
That Protestant culture we have is very rigid. And it's very like, don't do this or you're going to die.
It creates drug addicts and hoes. Because people just want to not listen to their parents. They just want to do something that's fucking like whatever you're doing, I'm doing the opposite. Because you are fucking annoying and you've been the bane of my existence.
Yep.
As soon as I get out of this house, I'm smoking crack.
Fuck you, Dad.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
So to get back to your question, the problem with legalization is you're going to have a bunch of people that do drugs that wouldn't do drugs normally. Because it's legal.
But what about
they're going to try
what
it.
about when you're of age? Like, I don't know, call it 25.
Yeah,
whatever,
but even
I'm just
then,
saying.
you're going to have a bunch of people that don't like their life and just decide to go to the corner store and pick up some heroin. However, what you're not going to do is empower the drug cartels and organized crime, and that's what we're doing now. So in one way or another, people are going to get drugs. So how are they going to get drugs during Prohibition? Well, they're going to get drugs from criminals. That's what they've always done. That's what they did during the alcohol prohibition. That's what people do. And when you've got a multi-billion-dollar industry, maybe trillion-dollar industry right next door to us, which is Mexico, and they're just bringing it through. Like, what are we doing? Are we empowering them, or would you rather have it legal and have a substantial portion of those profits, block out everything that comes in illegally, have a substantial amount of those profits put to rehabilitation and treatment? So that
I was
people
also,
don't.
thinking from a quality perspective too,
That
right?
too.
Like you're like, hey, that's cool. We get it. People are going to do this, but we're going to monitor it and make sure it is what it says it is.
Yeah. Look, alcohol's legal. There's a lot of people that don't drink. They don't like it. They don't like the way it makes them feel. They don't like the way it makes them act. They say stupid things. They feel like shit in the morning. They don't drink. That will be the same with cocaine. That will be the same with heroin. However, there's some people that are alcoholics. And alcohol is legal and it's everywhere. And these people will hit bars and get fucked up every night and their life is going to be a mess. And they're going to die of liver poisoning.
Yeah.
That's normal too. It's very unfortunate, but you can't nerf the world.
Yeah.
And-
you gotta like trust a little bit that.
Yeah, it would be really hard to sell to America that cocaine, heroin, and meth are now all legal. It would be really hard to sell to them.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately,
I mean, what
it'd
about,
probably be
MDMA,
better for us.
some
all
of these
those
other things that.
Those are less troublesome. Not a lot of people are dying from MDMA, but people definitely abuse it. They definitely get addicted to it, and they're doing it all the time. Apparently, that whole thing about making holes in your brain is bullshit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was a campaign.
I think it was probably just some internet horseshit. Let's find out what it does. Does MDMA cause holes in your brain? Put that in there. See what Perplexity has to say.
Well,
I think they've proven
started
that that's
using
not the
it
case.
as couples therapy, right? I mean, that was the impetus of the whole thing.
This episode is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. When you hire a landscaper to create your perfect outdoor oasis, you want someone who cares. That's true for every role you hire for. And luckily, it just got easier to find that thanks to ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Rogan. Longtime listeners, you might already know that ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to find qualified candidates fast. But now they also have a new feature that shows you candidates who are interested in your role first. You can even hear why in their own words. Find candidates who really want your job on ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Rogan. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Rogan. Meet your match at ZipRecruiter. Well, I know they do use it for couples therapy, but it's also really good for soldiers with PTSD, and that's what MAPS has done with their studies. That's the big focus of their studies is PTSD with MDMA. There's something about MDMA's, the empathy that it gives you, the compassion it gives you, it lets you drop a lot of things that are in your head. No, MDMA does not literally punch holes in the brain that would show up as empty gaps on a scan. But high or repeated doses can damage serotonin neurons and alter brain signaling, especially with heavy use. So where the holes idea come from? Anti-drug companies popularized dramatic brain scan images that were described as showing holes, but these were actually areas of reduced activity or reduced binding of certain markers, not physical gaps in brain tissue. Still, that sounds bad. Reduced activity, reduced binding of certain markers, that sounds terrible.
I chalk up all this. It's like moderation to everything.
Yeah.
Right? Less of everything. It's like I disagree with some people that I really trust. What's his name? Dr. Paul Saladino? Is it
the carnivore doctor?
Yeah. I really like most of what he says, but he's like, don't drink. And it's like, well, maybe, but also it's maybe pretty nice to have a glass of wine. It's nice to laugh with friends.
Yeah.
And it's nice, that's important too in life. And I think balance, you tip the scale one way if you're totally extreme, and then you're just like this social life and you can't, go out and really enjoy yourself for a second.
Yeah.
That's important.
Moderation. And you're absolutely right about social life being loneliness kills people quicker than anything else.
100%.
Yeah, people that are lonely, they die younger than people who smoke cigarettes.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Being lonely is actually bad for you. Feeling bad is bad for you. I mean, it seems like it should be, right? It's bad. It feels bad, probably bad for you. Feeling good is good for you. So a little tipsy with your friends, or you're laughing, I love you too, bro. It's great.
It's great.
It's great for people.
Great.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like shit. Take your electrolytes. Take your electrolytes. Drink a lot of water.
Balance.
Get in the fucking sauna.
Yeah.
Don't
out.
do it every day.
Don't do it every day. Yeah.
Get an IV.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle taught me that trick. When I was touring with Dave, all he would do is after shows, they would just get IVs. He would get vitamin IVs in the morning.
Yeah.
They would do it all the time to big bags of glutathione to deal with the alcohol.
Yep.
You'd go into
Detox that liver.
Dave would have a room. You'd go into the room. There'd be 8 of us there, all hooked up to IV bags, talking shit. It was fun.
That sounds good.
But it's smart. That's how you counteract the fact that, look, he takes there's a lot of benefit, particularly for his job, right? Like Dave's job is being silly and pointing out ridiculous aspects of our society. What better way to do that than to be talking shit with your friends with a couple drinks in you?
Imagine all the things you would have missed.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been in your comedy, that wouldn't have been in your life.
Yeah.
Hadn't I got to go home now.
Yeah.
It's 8:00. I got to go home. You're like, what? No, that's boring.
Exactly.
You become a boring person too.
But there's also balance. Sometimes you have to realize, like, oh, I've done
Tip the
this dance
scale.
before. I got to get up at 6.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yep.
There's good to that too. It's like you have to have discipline, but you also have to have the ability to cut loose. And it's hard. It's hard to balance those things out. You know, like you're saying about vitamins, like I'm get off the boat, I'm on the boat, you know, like that. It's like there's some things that should be non-negotiable. And for me, there's 2. There's nutrition and exercise. Those are non-negotiables.
Yep.
All the other things I'll fuck around with in terms of like.
They're all bonus, right?
Yeah.
Bonus
Yeah.
rounds. You have to get cardio. You have to hit weights. You got to stretch. You got to get good sleep.
Yeah, I have to do the workout stuff just for my brain. The like above the body stuff, it's great to keep the body healthy, and I'm very aware of that, and I think about that as well. But for me, it's my brain. When I have a nice, good, hard workout day, I'm so easygoing. I'm so free.
Do you have ADHD?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, same.
I think everybody does. Anybody who's any good at anything has it.
Every ADHD guy thinks everyone has ADHD.
I think it's a superpower.
No, I do too. I always tell people, and you're probably dyslexic.
No, I
You're
can
not
read well.
dyslexic.
Yeah.
Okay, because that goes hand in hand
Interesting.
quite often. Yeah. And
Are you dyslexic?
I'm dyslexic.
And now, so explain to me what you see when you like see text.
I jump.
Oh.
I jump. So, you need to go left to right. Uh-huh. My brain starts and then jumps and then it goes.
Is it
kind
regardless of
the
the subject matter? Like if you're reading about something really interesting, does it do the same thing?
Yeah. And now it just takes intense focus for me to read. And once I get in a good rhythm, I can get going. I can train my brain to read better. But when I'm not focused or there's other things going on, I jump and then my brain has a really tough time. So I get tired very easily. And then it's like, oh, and I get a little frustrated, tired, and then I fall asleep. Like that.
I do fall asleep if I try to read at night, but I don't have a hard time reading, so I don't have the dyslexic thing. But I've had friends that have it, and I don't understand. I'm like, so you see it, right? And you're going through it, but what is going on in your brain where it's making you jump back and forth?
I don't know. I think it's just losing focus. I don't know.
And regardless of it could be the most important thing you've ever read. Like what if you just like won the lottery? You got a piece of paper in the mail. It says, Scott,
I'm reading that
you
thing
just won
correctly.
$5 billion. And you're like, wait a minute, do I owe $5 billion? What is that saying? I can't read this. Read this for me.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, it's just I don't know if it's about the
Text messages are cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's harder. And now, like when I grew up, they didn't give any sort of special treatment to that. Now it's almost mandatory in schools.
Right.
If you're dyslexic, they give you more time for test taking. They give you more time for reading. They have teachers that will help with the dyslexia. There's tools you can use now.
Yeah.
So I got kind of boned.
Can I check something here? 'Cause this is something weird. Could be related. I've been seeing this a lot online, and I'm very curious about this. People are saying there's a link between ADHD symptoms, I guess we'll call it, and histamine levels in your body. And I brought this up on the screen. It's not shown for everybody, but there's something that pops up about it. There is some studies to it. And what I've been seeing is this link. People are taking Zyrtec and Pepsid AC together, which creates some sort of histamine receptor blocking.
Huh.
Interesting.
And this is where I'm like, I don't know.
It blocks histamine receptors located in the blood vessels, airway, and skin, and reducing allergic responses, sinus congestion. So they're saying that it's a reaction to histamines?
That's the mixture of Zyrtec. 'Cause Zyrtec's more like allergies. Everyone's into that. Pepsid AC is like acid and
I wonder
acid
if
reflux.
there's different things that they're talking about when they're saying ADHD. Like I could see people being easily distracted. But when I say ADHD, the people that I know that have it, usually there's one or two things in their life that they can really fucking focus on. Whether it's playing golf or whatever it is, a thing that you do where you could just focus on that.
Yep.
But other stuff, you're just scatterbrained, and you
Yes.
can't. And they'll say, "Oh, you have ADHD."
Yep.
Or you're thinking a million things at once. You can't focus. That's what they always call ADHD. But everyone that I know that has that, it's always whether or not they're interested in the thing.
Sure.
As soon as they find the thing they're interested in, they can lock in for fucking 12 hours and forget to eat.
Well, you know how some people, when pressure, sorry to cut you off, when like you squeeze people, they either excel or they fold.
Right.
When you squeeze, typically I excel. So I don't know where that comes from, but when you put the pressure on, I mean, that's why maybe, I can do the job I do. It's like there's 200 people looking at you, and you're
Right.
like,
Ready?
this is an
Action.
emotional scene, and
Yeah.
you gotta bring
Yeah.
yourself to tears, or it's emotional, and it's like you squeeze. Some people are good at it.
Yeah, but it's also you had to be good at it because you didn't have a backup plan. That's also part of it. It's like your dad wasn't going to help you out. You really were out there. Like, if you want to make it in anything, you have to be able to perform. Like, no matter what it is. If you're a lawyer, when you're in court, you have to perform. You have to be able to, like, keep your shit together and execute. That's your job relies on that. And if you're a focused person, you recognize that and you work hard to make sure that you focus and that you can execute when it's important. It's like people that avoid things that make them uncomfortable, they never develop that skill. And that's very unfortunate because it's one of the most important skills you could ever have with anything is being able to focus and being able to perform under pressure. It's very important.
Yeah.
And we're missing that in life. We don't have these life or death moments like that our ancestors had all the time where some fucking villagers are sneaking up over the hill and you spot them and you run back to the fucking camp and you grab the bows and arrows and you go to war. Like, we don't have that. So we don't have like a constant checking of whether or not your pressure system is functional.
Yeah, I mean, to bring it to this movie that I've got coming out tomorrow, it's a World War II movie, Lucky Strike, I'll say the name, plug it. That generation of men had that, right? Because World War II, I talked to my dad about it, what it was like. He was only like 12 years old when World War II was going on. But he says he remembers listening to the radio and everyone in the family listening, like you could hear pins and needles because we didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, people were scared for their life. Even back home in America, they didn't know what was going to happen. And that, I think, is why that generation of men and women are just from a different breed.
Yeah.
You've said it before on your podcast. It's like the hard men, create easier times create. It's like the cycle that we're in. And it's I don't know. I don't know. I think we need a little bit of that. We need a little harder men.
100%.
Right?
Well, we need to stop using this term toxic masculinity. No, there's criminal behavior. Like toxic masculinity is a guy who beats people up and robs people and rapes.
Yep.
That's toxic. That's criminal behavior.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Masculine behavior is not. It's protective. Masculine behavior is a guy who gets things done, provides for his family, takes care of people. You can call him at 2:00 in the morning because you need a favor. You're stuck on the side of the road. Like, all that shit is important.
Yep.
Strong people are good. It's good to have strong people. Like, and this idea that somehow or another strength is bad for society is like really crazy.
No, that's
it's like, no, the strength needs to be channeled correctly. And that's why I think we have to encourage more people to exercise. And I would say for men, you should at least try martial arts.
100%.
It's so good for your brain. Yeah. It's so good for your confidence. It's so good for your humility. And your understanding of like your vulnerability. So many people are fucking delusional. I've seen so many drunk people that don't know how to fight start fights, and you're like, "Do you want to die? Are you trying to die?" Because you're gonna run into some fucking guy who knows how to fight, and he's gonna hit you in the face, and you're gonna bounce your head off the fucking concrete, and you're gonna die.
Yep.
So stop doing this. But that delusional comes from not being around violence all the time.
Tested.
Yeah. Not
sharpened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having experience. Knowing what it actually is, and it's dangerous, and you should do some dangerous things in your life. It's probably good for you. It's good to experience a little bit of fear. It's good to be nervous. It's like you got to grow, and we're in a society where people just want relaxation. They want comfort. They want entertainment, and they just want to be sedentary, and that is fucking terrible for our mental health. Coincidentally, we're in a mental health crisis. We're a giant percentage of people who act that way, who are sedentary and overweight and not taking care of themselves, are mentally ill.
You said something that was interesting, the being scared, being really scared and pushing through that thing, whatever it is. Like, for me, when it's been martial arts, but it's also been surfing. And being scared for your life on big days and going through that and getting to the other side, you've never been calmer. You've never been more zen with nature and clear in your mind about and happy because you've accomplished something. You pushed your boundaries. You kept pushing them and pushing them and pushing them.
How old were you when you started surfing?
I was young, 8, 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, you know, where it was like, and you know, at first it's, you know, these waves scare you, and then it's, bigger than the room scare you, and you go through these. And it kind of can be, you feel like life and death experience if you're pushing yourself.
Have you ever had a shark situation?
I've seen sharks, but never in a way that's been like, oh my God, I'm gonna.
Bro,
die.
if I saw a shark, that would be, oh my God. I'm on a styrofoam fucking
Yeah. Yeah, well,
popsicle stick.
there's a difference between seeing a shark further away or seeing a shark on a boat or seeing a shark isn't going to hurt you.
What are you talking about? You have a conversation with the shark? Bro, we're cool, right?
No, but look, you spend as much time in the water. You spend as much time in the water as you know, a surfer have done it their whole life. You kind of understand what sharks are going to hurt you.
What's going on here, Jamie?
Great white stalking paddleboarders last week.
Oh, great. Oh, good Lord. Do they even know it's happening?
Does not appear that way.
Oh, my God. How do they not see that fin?
Yeah.
Not looking behind them.
Oh, my God. They didn't even see it. That's You sure this is an AI? Oh, it's ABC News.
Yeah, it's going around the.
Wow.
But I don't think there's any more sharks. I think there's just more cameras. You know, there's just more people with drones and cameras seeing them.
Well, there has been heightened shark activity in some places where people are, for sure. I think particularly in Northern California. I think in
Australia too.
Yeah, well, Australia has a lot of them, man. They seem to be angry over there too. Like their sharks are angry.
Pissed off about
Everything's
some
angry
political
over
reason
there.
or something.
Fucking their crocodiles are angry. They fuck people up. I was reading about this guy who was the first guy to die in an alligator attack in Texas since 1830-something. And the story is, now I don't know if this is true, Jamie. Pull this up, see if it's true. The guy's name, supposedly, rest in peace, Tommy Woodward. He was drinking with some friends in a marina in Orange, Texas, when he decided to swim in Adams Bayou. People warned him about a massive alligator that had been seen in the water. His friend pointed out near the dock, and his response was, "Fuck that gator." That was the last thing he said. And then the gator killed him. He was the first guy killed from an alligator in Texas since 1836.
Yeah, you don't swim in the bayou.
But that is one of the most Texas fucking things that anybody's ever said.
Fuck that
gator. Right before he died. He's probably drunk
not
as
respecting nature.
Drunk as fuck. He jumped in a water. Fuck that gator is a wild thing to say before the gator eats you. And that's, humility. You got to have a little humility, Tommy. Mm-hmm. Tommy, don't say fuck that gator. Here it is. Man mocks alligator, jumps in water, and is killed.
Oh, this is recent. No,
this
this
is 2015.
2015.
So what is the story? What does it say? Does it say he said fuck that gator in this article?
He said, fuck that gator.
So there's a sign that's posted. It says no swimming alligators. And
And he went
oh yeah, it said it. He removed his shirt, removed his billfold. Someone shouted a warning, and he said blank that gator, blank the alligators. Fuck. He said fuck. Look how they say blank. Why didn't they just write F dash dash dash? Jumped in the water and almost immediately yelled for help.
That could have been what the guy actually quoted, even though he wasn't quoting him. Maybe he doesn't feel like saying the F word to the
Right.
to the news.
Yeah. Immediately yelling for help is crazy.
No bueno.
Yeah. I was in Florida a couple years back. We went alligator hunting, and they're everywhere. Like, it's kind of disconcerting. We were in the Everglades, like there's a ranch where you can go hunt alligators. It is, they're everywhere. It's not hard to find them. They're fucking all over the place. Like, it's how many of them are there that you don't see is the real question. It's a weird feeling because I thought like it would be like hunting elk. Like you got to go find them. Like we'd be glassing for them. Where's the elk? Go over the next ridge. Do you hear anything? Somebody make a call.
Yeah.
Do you hear that out there? No. There's one. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one. Oh, here's one. Or here's a dead one. Here's one another alligator killed. They're fucking. Look at this.
No thanks. Dinosaurs, man.
Where is
No
this? This is
thanks.
guy's tent?
Yeah.
Oh God, bro, run!
Yeah, get that video off. What is
Oh,
wrong
I've
with
seen
you?
this. Isn't this in
a
like
couple years ago.
Brazil?
I think so, yeah.
I think this is in Brazil. I think this
Look at all the
guy.
eyes.
Oh fuck all that! Look at all the eyes.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to get. That. It doesn't even show you how many there are.
God.
There's
That's
1,
terrifying.
2, 3, 4, 5,
So they
6,
must all
7,
come out of the
8,
water
9,
at night,
10,
and this
11,
dude put his
12,
tent there.
14, 15, plus the 5 on the shore.
Oh my God,
20 or 30.
dude, that is insane. That's insane. And you know they're all hungry.
they're
If
not.
there's that many of them, how many deer can they eat? You
Not
know,
small either.
they're not small at all, dude. They all could eat you.
Big.
Fuck all that. But the weird feeling about Florida being there was just the sheer numbers of them, and then knowing how many pythons there are. And I didn't see any pythons, but I go, how many do you guys see pythons? I go, bro. Like occasionally you'll be just driving, you'll see something making its way across the road, and it's 15 feet long.
No.
Thick,
No, gracias.
thick like a fucking football player's thigh.
I don't mess with that. See, I would way rather be in the water with sharks. Because at least you can open your you can
But
see,
you can climb
kind
a
of-
tree if you're out in the woods.
Yeah, but in the bayou, I don't know, man. It's a swamp.
Trees.
It's
Yeah, don't go in the water there.
yeah.
But outside of the water, I would way rather be on
Well,
ground.
I mean, if you have distance and
you have a gun, you have a lot of things. When you're in the water with a shark, you're fucked, man. You can barely move.
Well, you can actually they're really deterrent by if you touch their nose. So if they're coming at you and you poke them, hit their nose, they're usually going to turn.
For real.
Yeah.
Have you done this?
Real. No.
Gotta get so
no,
close.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
that is
I
so
don't,
crazy.
I'm not
So when they
trying to
come
swim
after
with
you,
them.
don't flip your legs and scream
No.
and flail.
No, keep
Get
them in front of
underwater
you. Keep them in
and
front
bop
of you.
them.
Yep.
Bop them on the nose.
Bop them.
I've heard that before. I've heard punch them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, here it says, bop the nose. How punching a shark in the face saved this Hawaiian surfer.
I mean,
Okay.
look, it's not good either way. You don't want to be in the
Yeah.
water with an angry shark.
Well, in Florida, they don't have as many shark problems, but they do have bull sharks. And I was watching this video. There's these guys that go fishing. I guess it's the Keys, and they go off of this giant bridge, and it's like real far to the water. So they have to have this like gaff system where they drop a line down, then they gaff the fish, and then they have to pull it up. They're catching these tunas, and they never get them to the bridge. They're just getting destroyed by sharks.
Bull sharks.
There's sharks
Yeah.
all over the place down there.
Yeah, bull sharks are real dangerous because they they'll keep attacking, whereas a lot of sharks bite out of misconfusion, right? They sort of think you're a seal or something, and
Yeah.
they didn't know, and then they bite and they're like, okay. Bull sharks, they'll just keep coming. They're like little chihuahuas.
Like pit bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck those things. They catch them a lot now. What is going on with this guy?
Bull sharks eating a tuna?
Oh, really?
I thought this was the video, but there's actually no views on that, so maybe not.
Well, this guy's actually in the water. The guys that I've seen, is this in the Keys as
Well,
well?
it said big shark circling. I thought it was going to be a little more exciting than this. It's
Oh,
not-
man.
not
Imagine
exciting.
you're pulling a fish in and you see a shark. You're like, you just take it. Take the fish. Jesus Christ. But a lot
the
of
fish.
guys, they pulled them in. They're cut in half,
Oh, yeah.
So they bull shark fish down there now. You can catch bull sharks every day. They're trying to reduce the population because apparently it's a very high population. Bull sharks are the reason why Jaws was made. Do you know the original story behind Jaws?
No, I didn't know that.
The inspiration was actually bull shark attacks in fresh water on a river in New Jersey. So bull sharks are one of the weird sharks that can live
Go
in fresh
fresh
water.
and salt,
Yeah.
right?
Is this the thing?
Yeah, 1916.
Yeah, so this is they caught that bull shark, and they killed, I think, 2 people, right? A series of shark attacks. 4 people were killed and 1 critically injured. Incidents occurred during a deadly summer heat wave and polio epidemic in the United States that drove thousands of people to seaside resorts in the Jersey Shore. So they think it's a bull shark. It says there's been a debate, but it's in fresh water. It's
They
not
just
going to
did
be.
a 40th anniversary Jaws screening in that bay, and people sat in the water to watch the movie.
Also natural selection. It's like,
But
wait, what?
they've found bull sharks as far north as Illinois.
Oh, yeah, up the river systems.
Yeah, they make
Yeah.
their way up the river.
That's scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the most aggressive shark, and they found him in fresh water. I think that dude that used to have that show, River Monsters, you remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, I remember the show.
Yeah, the guy who just caught fish all the time, like the
Kinda like
craziest.
a redneck.
No,
Was
he wasn't a
He
redneck.
wasn't?
He was actually like educated guy with a foreign accent. Where was he from?
River Monsters. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the
Interesting
show.
dude.
I just don't. I don't know if I ever watched it. I just remember seeing it.
What's it?
Manny from like
The River Monsters guy. The guy with the gray hair. He was a
no, it's not him.
fisherman.
Jeremy Wade's his name.
That's his name. Yeah. Where's he from? He's not from America, right?
British.
There you
biologist.
go. Yeah, British biologist. I think he did an episode on the bull sharks. I think there was one of those where they were trying to catch them in fresh water. They realized like these things, they go way up the rivers.
Yeah.
And they can live in fresh water unlike all the regular sharks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them can. But I think most of them have to be in salt water, like great whites, stuff
Yeah.
like that. They have to be
But
in salt
they do. I mean, they've tagged great whites, and they'll go around the world. I mean, you think they would have? They thought, historically that they stayed in certain temperature of waters and certain migrating patterns, but they've found them all over.
Yeah. My daughter got really into megalodons at one point in time, so we really started like researching megalodons. She got a
Did
megalodon tooth.
hunting?
No, not really,
I mean,
but-
you know what I mean for the.
Oh no,
Were
we
they
didn't go.
trying to
We
find
just
the
got
fossils?
one online. But you start watching documentaries on megalodons, and and then there's the people that think that megalodons might still be out there, and you're like, okay, probably not. But
Yeah.
either way, like the fact that that thing actually exists, you
Pretty
had a
wild.
shark the size of a whale, he's out there fucking everything up.
Yep.
Like you wouldn't be surfing if there was megalodons, would you?
I probably still would. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad way to die, I guess.
Swallow you whole,
Just,
son.
we all gotta
Swallow you.
die.
You have to you'll suffocate and get digested.
You're out there doing something you love.
Yeah.
And, that's a good story.
I guess for other people.
I mean, it'd be pretty quick. What's worse? What's worse? You live this crazy long life and you're in bed for the last 5 to 7 years of your life and you're hurting and you're like dealing with cancer or this, that, or just bam, get hit by a shark. I don't know. I think kind of.
Yeah, I could see it, I guess, but still, the instinct to stay alive is so strong.
Yeah.
When I'm 100 years old and in my bed, I'm like, maybe they're going to have a new drug that's going to bring me back to life.
Yeah.
They probably will be able to do that too, which is going to get real weird. If they really can take old people, like I was watching this video where they were talking about human skin cells, and at least in a lab, they've been able to take human skin cells and take like 60-year-old skin cells and make them 20 again.
Yeah.
That's going to be really weird.
Well, I just don't. Here's the thing. Like, I'm all about living the best version of your life, being as healthy as you can. Maybe not for like whatever you get, like being optimal. But isn't kind of the most beautiful thing about life is that it is finite, and that it's like people are like, I'm gonna live forever. It's like they're gonna. It's like I don't know if I want to live forever.
Yeah. No, there's something to that, man.
Have you seen this trailer for this movie called White Whale Fall? Actually, Josh Brolin happens to be in it. Mentioned him earlier.
What happens?
This guy gets eaten by a whale.
No way.
It's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. And it's about him surviving.
Is it real?
I don't believe so.
Crawling through that thing's
The
mouth.
guy's
like
just
it's
stuck
not
in the
close.
whale's mouth? Oh.
No, the whale eats him while he's
Christ.
scuba diving.
Oh, Jesus.
And then the rest of the movie is about
Getting out.
getting out, I guess.
Well, how long does he stay inside the
It's a
whale's
real
body?
Real
Roughly
complex
85
plot.
to 95 minutes, I bet.
He's 85 to 95 minutes inside with his
how long the
scuba
movie
tank
is.
inside the whale's body. This is bananas,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
just joking.
Oh, my God. And it just keeps swallowing him?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the movie's about.
Oh, God damn it.
Is that real? Is that a new
This
movie?
is the real
Yeah,
movie?
the movie comes out
Oh,
in
my
October.
God.
I saw the trailer recently, and I was just made me think of it. We're talking about getting
It might be
eaten by-
awesome or the dumbest movie that's ever been made. I can't decide.
Yeah, I don't know how.
What do you do if you have a
about
knife? Do you try to carve your way out?
of the whale?
Yeah.
What
You
else
have
do you
to.
do?
You have to have a knife, yeah. You would.
But how much time would it take you to carve your way out of a whale? Forever. You're going to run out of air. If you have the scuba tank and you have a knife, do you really think you can get through a whale?
I think. Ooh, I
How
don't know,
much-
That blubber's
How long does it take to
thick.
gut a fish?
But it's not a fish.
Yeah, but that
it's
blubber
it's a
is like-
fucking bus.
Okay,
It's huge.
You're very motivated.
That's true. That's true. But you got to get through rib cages.
I don't know if that's a thick enough plot to have a whole movie.
If they came to you with the script, Scott,
Yeah.
this is the big one.
We're greenlighting
This is it. This is our Jaws.
Oh God, the business sometimes just it's so bad.
How long would it take you to carve your way out of a whale?
It's an 80-foot sperm whale, and he's got less than an hour of oxygen.
Oh,
So that's you got the
I don't
time.
think that's enough time. I don't think that's enough time.
You don't got to crawl through 80 feet.
I
but-
think if you kept cutting it up, it might throw up. if you kept cutting the inside of his tongue, just kept slashing it, all that, he might just throw you
Throw
up.
you up, spit you out.
Yeah, he might recognize there's something wrong, like you would. Like if you put something in your mouth that started biting your tongue, you'd be like, ah, ah. You'd try to get rid of it. I would imagine the whale would do that too. I just start fucking up his tongue.
There you go.
Also, to keep you from getting digested, just stab him and just pull yourself forward, and then
I'm glad
stab him again.
you have an
pull
exit
yourself
plan.
forward.
You've got a plan.
You're not going to cut your way out. I just think there's too much bone. I don't think you're going to make it through that bone unless you go through. I don't even know where you would go, like the neck. I could figure out how to get through on an elk. I would go that way. I would go where the holes are. There's holes back here where the guts are, and there's holes up here. Like where you'd shoot them if you're shooting a frontal.
They're not going to cast you in this movie. They're like, no, he's getting out too quick.
I don't think I'm getting out quick. I think I'm dying of no air. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Let's look at the anatomy of a sperm whale here. You're going to be
Okay.
You're going to be
Where
somewhere
am
down
I?
here.
See, I want to get out through the neck. See right there? That's where I want to get out. But all
You're gonna
that
be
stuff.
in there.
If
Just
you
go to the bottom.
yeah, but you're not. It's going to take too long for you to get through all those.
No, you go right to the sphincter and
What
just
would
like,
that be?
open
Right
it a
through the
little bit
butthole.
more.
Yeah, just convince him to digest quickly. No, there's too much traveling. Okay, you're gonna want to go through where you came in.
You don't want to go through the intestines. That'll probably take a long
No,
time.
and also you're dealing with acids. They're gonna burn, and I think you want to cut through the front. So I think as he's swallowing you, you got to dig in, and you got to make your way through the bottom of his jaw. You got to start cutting, and maybe you get out. But what
Who
he's got?
greenlit this movie? We need to find out.
Yeah, some crazy person. Maybe it's really good. Josh Brolin's in it. It's probably kills.
Yeah, it actually
It's
it
probably
came
great.
from a pretty popular, New York Times best-selling novel.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Sounds like a pretty good story. So they made a movie out of it.
There was a whale they spotted fairly recently that had a harpoon in it from the 1800s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's alive?
Yeah. It was alive. Yeah, and it had this harpoon embedded in it. See if we can find that story.
That's a wild.
Might be some Instagram horse shit.
Oh,
It's
okay.
2007, but
Yeah, fairly recently. I remember
Internet.
they found this whale and they recognized that the harpoon was from the 1800s. Yeah, 2007, Native Alaskan whalers near Barrow, Alaska made a remarkable discovery: a 50-foot bowhead whale found with a metal fragment of a late 19th century bomb lance, an explosive harpoon embedded in its neck. The artifact traced to New Bedford, Massachusetts. The explosive harpoon was patented in 1879 and manufactured in the late 1880s. So the whale's aged by surviving the initial attack. Whale lived for over a century with the metal tip lodged safely in its neck, thick blubber. The extraordinary survival story helped biologists prove that bowhead whales can live for 100 to over 200 years.
did the whale get shot near Massachusetts, or did they travel to Alaska with that device?
That's a good question. Well, they were probably whaling in Massachusetts a lot, so they probably made good tech, like East Coast manufacturing, and then they probably shipped it off to Alaska. There's not as many people up there, so they probably didn't have as much manufacturing. So I'd imagine
they shipped it to, in the 1870s. I think they shipped
was
it.
it?
Yeah,
I thought we-
they would ship things by train. They would ship things by train and boats.
And to the
They,
Inuits,
yeah, I mean, they
yeah.
always
That
had
makes
that.
sense.
They always had trade. You could always ship things. Not easy, but if you wanted to get guns, like say if there was if the army was in California in the 1800s, they had to get guns, and they would get the guns shipped to them.
Yeah, yeah.
They'd either carry the guns with them as they made their way across the country, or they can get them shipped to them.
Yeah, I went to. I shot a movie in Iceland. Oh God, feels like 20 years. I think it was 20 years ago.
What was it?
The movie.
Yeah.
It was called Flags of Our Fathers, and it was also World War II. And the whaling sort of trade wasn't looked at in the same way I think Americans look at whaling. They're like,
Right.
oh my God, how dare you?
They look at it as normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
They had to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, where do you draw the line? Everyone's got this oh, you can't kill this, but I can have my
Listen, dude, if
tuna
you live in
tartare.
Iceland, whaling is on the menu.
Yeah.
Because you need to stay alive. Especially way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
There was not a lot of resources in Iceland. Mm-hmm. They have a fermented shark dish in Iceland it's very popular, that Bourdain told me was the single most fucking disgusting thing he's ever eaten.
Really?
And it's a delicacy. Like, they all love it. See if you can find this fermented shark thing that they eat. So what do you got?
That whale was interesting question, kind of like what I asked. It was even older. There's like another problem is that device would have been used up by 1890. It says because they were very popular. So I don't know how specifically would have gotten in that whale.
Interesting. It says what you don't know is if some Yankee whaler had a harpoon made in 1830, traded it to an Inuit, and then the Inuit or his offspring used it 40 years later. But because the bomb lance was patented and stocks were used up quickly, Boxtos and his colleagues identified a narrow window which they believe the whale was shot, somewhere between 1885 and 1895. Biologists in Alaska will now try to verify the estimate by examining the lens of the whale's eyes. Whoa. Whales generally become cloudy. Their eyes become cloudy as they age. Found only in Arctic waters, the bowhead was in danger of being hunted to extinction at the turn of the century, but bounced back after demand for whalebone corsets plummeted. Holy shit, dude. That was it? Whalebone corsets were killing all the... Imagine the whales. They're like, why are they killing us? Are they eating us? Like, no, these chicks, they just want to suck their waist in tight. Guys think that's hot.
Like, what? No, they can't be serious, right?
That's what they made them out of? Yeah. Oh, wow. So it had like spines from the whale bones. What? So that's what it looked like? Like a cord? They turned into like a, almost like a, like strap?
Whalebone.
Yeah.
That's whalebone?
That's a strange.
What? Imagine having to figure that out. Why wouldn't they just use wood?
Steel boning versus synthetic whale bone.
They probably ate the whales, and then they were like, oh, look, this excess bone we can use.
Yeah, I guess they probably just had the bone and realized it was kind of flexible.
Well, no, this says whale bones weren't even made from bone at all.
I went to my buddy's cattle processing plant in California, and they use everything.
Really?
I mean, everything. They use the part of the heart, I believe. Oh, it's an organ. I can't remember. They use it in medical operations. They pull it out and then they send it on ice. They use it for some patching of the heart thing. I mean, down to everything, hooves, everything.
Wow.
And it's actually like fascinating to see. And you're like, oh, this is super efficient. This uses for a lot of different applications, for hide, for all kinds of stuff.
Which makes sense because it's all valuable. Why would you not use it all? And it makes people feel better if you know that the whale is being completely harvested. Like
Completely.
everything is used.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, if you have a connection, that's really the best way to get food. If you have a connection with a really good ranch and they're real ethical and it's all grass-fed meat and the animals are raised on a pasture like they're supposed to be.
Even the way they slaughtered them at this place was super, it was really gentle. And that was their whole thing. It's like, we're taking a soul, but this is part of life, right? Life eats life. And the way they did it was really painless. And it was just boom, boom. And then it was super
Was it No Country for Old Men style?
The air bullet thing.
The bullet through the head.
It goes right to the
Apparently
forehead.
that just shuts the lights off.
Shuts the lights off quick, and then they bleed them out.
How badass was that motherfucker in that movie?
Javier, oh my God.
Javier
so
was
good.
so good in that
Such
movie.
a
It might have been
creep.
one of the single best performances I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
Because you believed him.
Yeah.
You believed him. When he's making that dude flip that quarter,
Oof.
you know?
He gives you the chills.
Oh, yeah.
That hair, that weird haircut.
Yeah, weird haircut. Oh. But it's just the commitment to being a psycho. Like, that dude's got some darkness in his eyes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at that weird haircut.
Crazy haircut.
God,
But
he just...
Javier is a bad motherfucker, dude. There's something about his bad guys that are like this Cape Fear role that he's in now.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either, but the fucking trailer made me uncomfortable. Just seeing him in the trailer. Yeah, he's a good creep. He plays a real good psycho.
Yeah.
You know, there's some dudes where you're like, I believe it. And some guys you're like, come on, man, you're a nice guy.
Also, the original Cape Fear. I mean, Robert De Niro in the original Cape Fear, man.
You've
Oof.
played bad guys. Do you have a problem playing bad guys? Is it hard for you to get into it? Like, what is more challenging for you? Like to play a bad guy or to play like the World War II thing, you got to play someone from a different era, which I would imagine has its own challenges. But is it hard for you? Because you're so nice. Like, do you have a hard time when you play bad guys?
Well, I got to do it for Guy Ritchie, which was like, the ultimate, right?
Yeah, he rules.
Yeah, in Wrath of Man. And it was actually kind of liberating, kind of fun. You could sort of do things you're not supposed to. You could like act out on your impulses a little bit. You think of something fucked up in your head and you're like, why did I think that? I'm not going to punch that person in the face. Right. Why did I think that? You kind of like, to like a lesser extent, you obviously aren't doing everything, but you could kind of like revel in your own like messed up thinking. Mm-hmm. But I don't love doing it, to be honest. I think I want to do it very selectively. Like, I mean, for Guy Ritchie, I'll do anything, right? I think he's one of the best
ever. Look at you.
Yeah. And so, I had to kill a kid there, and I had to just do the dirty work and get it done.
You even look evil there. Like something's different.
Yeah.
Look at your face. Doesn't even look like you. Okay. You look evil.
Yeah.
You look like genuinely evil.
Yeah. Yeah. I was tying up loose ends there.
Is it when you're doing that, when you're playing an evil guy, are you thinking evil?
A little. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a job. I treat it as a job. I'm not one of these crazy psychos that like let things become distorted in your mind.
When you pretend you're Abraham Lincoln for 6 months?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I believe him. Daniel Day, like I believe him.
I believe him
so
too.
I don't know. Maybe if you want to be the best, I think it comes with a price. And that price
sanity.
Yeah.
A little bit of sanity.
Uh-huh.
You got to give it up.
My dad was never like that. He was like, it's a job. Like, go to work, do the best you can, put in the reps, make sure you know your shit and you come prepared and you have something interesting, but fucking leave it at the door, man.
Yeah.
You see people like their minds get twisted, and we deal with artists, right? Artists they can be special sometimes.
Yeah, and they take themselves very seriously.
Yeah.
But there's also a certain amount of you have to be thinking about how that character would think, right? If you're really going to pull it off. 100%. And you really did pull it off. So you had to be having some evil thoughts.
Yeah, you have some
like,
you have some dark
I would love to talk
greed.
to you.
I was like, it was a greedy role.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of let the greed take over, which is a little scary.
So do you have to think like a greedy guy before like when you're getting ready for a scene? Like, how do you get your head in that space? Yeah,
a lot of manifesting sort of those thoughts and emotions. Like, what do I fucking do? I'm gonna fucking take whatever the fuck I want right now. So you sort of, you play that, but then you got to let it go. Like,
right.
End of the day, man, you got to let it go.
Right.
You got to be like, all right, cool. That was that thing, and then
it's got to be slippery, right?
I think it can be if you value this career too preciously and you don't realize, hey, we're telling stories. It's fun. I'm so grateful I've gotten to do it. But it doesn't define me. It might have made me, but it's not going to break me.
Right.
I have other interests and other things, and I know there's other important shit out there that I could do in this life. I think you have to have that level of thinking, because if you think this is everything, and I mean, it's too extreme. It's like extreme what we were talking about before. It can get too, it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people have problems after roles are done. Like, apparently Jim Carrey really struggled after he played Andy Kaufman. Yeah, I'd like to talk to him about that, because it seems like he got, from all accounts, the people that work with him on the film, like, he got so into that character that he was like being Andy Kaufman all the time.
Yeah, we heard a lot of accounts. Like, it was like they were like, dude, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. I mean, I've worked with some that have taken it to the level.
Yeah, they said Jared Leto did that when he was playing the Joker. The people are like, hey man, stop sending me dead birds.
Rats.
Yeah, dead rats.
Shia LaBeouf. I mean,
yeah.
LaBeouf.
I don't know.
I always get corrected.
Sorry, Shia. But yeah, there's a lot of those guys. They go into that rabbit hole and they can't crawl out.
It's just, I think just having, also it's like frontal cortex being defined, right? Like, you get famous too early when you did, I worked as a valet, I worked as a bar bag, I freaking did all these shitty jobs that, you kind of like, oh no, I understand like how the real world operates. You get famous too early, you get stunted in your growth. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe that.
I think so too.
And
I think it's a real crime when they do it to little kids.
It's 100%.
They never make it out normal.
No.
I never met one. I've met some that are okay.
Leo made it out.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he was a child actor.
That's right.
But he had good people around him. He had, he's disciplined, and he's got a good, like, sense of the world.
That's good.
Yeah.
But he always has, like, 20-year-old girlfriends. It's easy to be happy.
Isn't everything
He's chilling on a
easy?
yacht with 20-year-olds.
20-year-old girlfriend.
I don't understand. Like, what do they even talk about? But at the end of the day,
maybe less
there's
talking.
very few. Yeah. Well, he really was famous. You were pretty young, though.
Yeah, real young.
He might be the only one. But, I mean, I guess Jodie Foster, she seems pretty put together. She doesn't seem like she's lost her fucking marbles. But then you see the Britney Spears of the world and these other people, and you go, oh, man, I don't think that was really good for them,
Yeah, I think also
Corey Feldman. You see these people that were like huge movie stars when they're young, and as they're getting older, it's like, I don't think they're doing good.
Yeah,
I think their head's all fucked up.
Yeah, well, when you place too much value on that too, and then it goes away. And
Yeah.
Where's your identity?
I had Macaulay Culkin in here, and he was very interesting. Very nice guy, like very smart guy, interesting guy, but he struggles. It's like he realizes he was sort of robbed of a normal childhood.
Yeah.
Became famous as a little kid, man. Home Alone, he was little.
Yeah. My dad, I mean, kudos to my dad because he did a really good job of protecting us from that and very private. We didn't live in LA, didn't live, we lived in Carmel. It was a very, as normal as it could be. But in the sense that he was like, no, that's, you need to be a normal child and learn how the world works.
Carmel's beautiful, man.
It is.
Nice place to grow up.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
They
views.
say newlywed and nearly dead.
Right? That's what it is.
'Cause it's like,
people get married there and then they fucking go there to die.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah. It's a little slow for me, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it.
But they have
appreciate it.
annoying homeowners associations.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Come on.
I bet they have some-
You were at the thing and you didn't know what you were supposed to do.
This is off-white. This is not white. Your fence is the wrong color.
Yeah. Fucking get a life. Just
Well,
have
old people
more
love to
time.
control their neighborhood. They get horrible on those homeowners associations.
Oh, yeah, brutal.
Old people who are really into controlling the neighborhood, like,
I'm like so bored with that story. I'm like, God, can you just be different? Can you just surprise me with something else,
yeah. And old people like to live around other old people too. Makes them feel comfortable. They don't want to be around parties,
Yeah.
So that's why Carmel like calls out to them. And if you keep the real estate price high, great. Now you got old people living around old rich people.
Rich people, yeah.
Yeah. The most fun. They're the most fun.
They're the most fun.
Yeah. They're the most entitled.
Yeah.
The most they think they could tell you the most what to do because they're used to telling everybody what to do. But still, Carmel, fucking beautiful. Beautiful part of the country.
Yeah.
That coast, oh my God. And also sharks out there, a lot of great whites.
A lot of sharks.
They're all over the place up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's California, man, is one of the most beautiful places on earth. It has so much variation. There's something, you got deserts, you got the beach, you got mountains, you got everything, all in this one beautiful state.
Yeah, everyone was, I mean, even in the like development of our country, I was like, everyone was going out west because it was so prestigious. And it was like, oh, the gold rush and getting out west.
And then California, really, LA, it was the movie industry. And that's really what made it.
It's kind of sad now because they've completely driven it out. I mean, you
Good
still
job,
have
guys.
TV shows. Yeah. Man,
Barely have
brutal.
TV shows.
Barely.
Barely.
It's brutal. It's brutal what they
Do you still live there?
No.
You live out here now?
Yeah, I tell people I live on the road because that's essentially where I am. I was Atlanta, I was here, I was there, I was in Italy making a movie.
Well, that's the thing about film, right? Like they're never. It's how many films get filmed in Los Angeles these days? It's not even beneficial to live there.
I've never. I don't think I've ever worked on. Maybe I've worked on one film, but it was for a week, and we shot the rest of it somewhere else. Yeah.
They make it so hard for people now. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's a sad because film is inherently like Hollywood is inherently something that we've produced out of California, out of America, and it's like to see that just get completely blown up.
I know.
Like an industry.
Do you have friends still live back there?
Oh yeah. Tons of California friends, and I don't have a lot of industry friends. I do have some, but actors like sometimes aren't my people. They're just not.
Right.
I don't know. Like I don't want to intellectualize about it. I don't want to talk about acting. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like cool. It's like something I do, but it doesn't define me.
Some of them are just, they're so self-important.
Yeah.
And it's, it's not even almost not their fault, almost, because they're getting their asses kissed all the time. And they're on sets and people are trying to get them bagels and coffee and everyone's always catering to them. So they start feeling like they deserve that from the world.
Yeah.
It just gets real weird.
It gets weird. There's a lot of deep insecurity in that industry, right? It's masked by masked by like false security, right? Like it's like I'm the man, I'm tough, or I'm this thing. You build this ego up, and you're like,
Yeah.
Dude, like we're just doing a job here. Can you get to set and shut the fuck up?
It's just the attention that you get. You get so much attention from the world that you start thinking you're important. And, it's natural for human beings, but especially even more natural for people that pretend to be someone else for a living.
No, and like some of the accountability, man, in the industry is unbelievable. Like I just worked with somebody that I think was just, without saying any names, but just maybe people just get like too famous for too long. They think the world owes them something, and then when it comes to like doing the right thing, you're like, dude, you get just it's black and white. Do the right thing. Don't be a piece of shit. You can't do that. That's unacceptable behavior. And they're like, fuck that. I can do and you're just like, what, dude?
What are you talking about exactly? You could say a name and then we'll edit it out. You want to do that?
Well, yeah. I just we started working on a film with a director, and they decided after we had spent a bunch of money that they just didn't feel like they wanted to work with this other person and didn't want to do the job, do the thing. And so I was like, okay, well, you need to pay that money back now to that person who invested in you. And they're like, I don't need to do that. And it's like, well, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That's the right thing to do.
So they decided they didn't want to work with another person?
Yeah, didn't want to work with like another person after we like started pre-production on the film.
So they're trying to get the person kicked off the movie, or were they leaving?
They just left, and it was their directorial, their story, their thing, and it was just like, bro, you took money from somebody.
That's also a good way to get sued. That seems like that person can get sued pretty easy for that.
Yeah, but it's just the bigger thing is just I've seen some behavior in this business that is shocking that would not go in other industries, but for some reason because
they're stars, right?
Yeah, it's like you're like, what, dude?
It's also the thing. There's a thing that some people want to be a star so they can behave like that. They want to be a star so they can order people around or just do whatever the fuck they want to do and just be unpredictable and wild. Like they actually enjoy that aspect of being famous.
Yeah, I to be honest, I really didn't like. People think they want to be famous. You don't want to be famous. You don't want to be famous. Rich.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rich is better.
Rich is better. But to be like that goal is so twisted. It's not like I love telling stories, and when we're doing a creative endeavor and you move people, whether you'll make them laugh, make them cry, whatever. But the whole other side of that is like just really ugly. And I think I was lucky in some ways because I got to see it growing up and got to see like how it's bullshit.
Right. When your dad's one of the most famous movie stars of all time,
Yeah.
and he's just your dad,
Yeah.
You go, oh, this is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Complete bullshit.
And also, your dad is not like a guy who gives into that stuff either.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who worships that kind of fame, or he's not interested in that at all.
Not at all. He's just put your boots on, go to work, man. It happens to be a creative endeavor, which is really cool, and gets to use that muscle. But
did you hesitate at all about getting into acting because your dad was so famous at it?
sure, I think I was always like, hey, I love telling stories. I love watching movies. I love this. I don't know if exactly I wanted to ever be like just an actor. It wasn't like, oh, that's my
But you loved
my
film.
thing. I love the storytelling of it, and I was like a conduit in. I'm doing other things in film now, producing, and I do want to direct. It'd be nice to like show up with my own clothes to work. Wear this, wear it here. But also, film's a director's medium. It's not really an actor's medium. You need actors. It's part of the deal, but the making of a film goes way beyond the filming of a film. You know, there's a film made in script and development. There's a film made while you're shooting it, and there's a film made in editing.
Have you ever directed anything before?
I've done in a creative capacity where I've been a producer. I've had hand in directing,
But
not like,
actually
hey,
at
that's
the helm.
that's my name on the thing, and I'm super proud of it. I just haven't found the right material to go out and kind of schlep around.
Do you write?
No,
And
I it's the backbone of the industry.
right. Yeah, if you could write your own thing.
Yeah, I don't know how when the discipline to do it for what you do is it's tough. You know, like you have to thought to paper. It's
That doesn't interest you?
It does in a sense. I just don't like sitting. You know what I mean? I am really good at collaborating and talking about material and saying, what about this? What if he said this? What if he did this? What about this? Can we go this way? So I think
Maybe you can have a writing partner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a writing partner, someone who you jive with that's creative, and you guys could get together and you could come up with your own idea. That way you have like material that is exciting for you, and you could direct that. Because I would imagine if you've been working with guys like Guy Ritchie and all these directors that you work with, you've got a chance to see the discipline in the highest level. Like
Yeah.
you get to see those guys do it.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see how they piece it together. It must be fascinating.
It is, and everyone has a different way of going about it. Like
Right.
Guy Ritchie. Here's the thing about Guy Ritchie: you learn the script, then you show up, and he's just like throws it out the window and goes, "You say this, you do that, you do this," and then you're like, "Okay." And so if you're not, it doesn't work for everybody. Some people can't handle that heat. I love it. I'm like, this is awesome. What is it? Okay, let's go.
So, meaning he wants you to improvise? He wants you to talk like a real person?
It's not necessarily that it's improvising. It's more he's seeing the movie. He's wearing multiple hats. So he's seeing the movie, what he's already shot, and then he's like, I actually don't want that scene. I want him to say this and this. He kind of like is molding the movie
in real time.
In real time. And then what he'll do is he'll go back to his trailer. They have like a blacked out trailer, and they'll watch the movie, and they'll radio in and say, hey, say it like this, or do it like this, or do it one more time. So he's kind of like watching the movie as an audience member. It's really interesting.
Is he the only one you know that does it that way?
Yes, 100%. And then you have guys like my dad who would never do that. They're like right there just going, okay.
Have you heard
say
Matt
that
Damon's story?
Which one?
Matt Damon was working with your dad, and he did a take, and he liked it, but he wanted to do it again. Because we do it again, and Clint's like, no, we got it.
Yeah.
He's like, but I've been fucking working forever on this
Thing.
I want one more go at it. He's like, we got it.
Yeah. And he probably said something like, well, if you want to waste everyone's time, sure. And then Matt's like, no. We're good. We're good.
fine,
We're
Clint.
good.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's whatever Guy Ritchie's process is, it works.
It works.
'Cause his fucking shows, his movies are some of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning, right from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatched. Holy shit. His movies are so good. And he really did such a fantastic job of almost like he's like the benchmark for that genre of like British crime genre.
Yes.
That's him.
That's him.
You think of British crime drama. Oh, Guy Ritchie.
Yep.
Guy Ritchie movie. Like there's this dude, his name is Lee Murray. Lee Murray, he was a UFC fighter. He was famous in London, in England, for being like a street fighter and this crazy guy who was fighting in MMA at a really high level, like won in the UFC. And then was a part of the biggest armed robbery in the history of the UK.
No way.
Oh, yeah. This guy was a full-on psycho.
He was a gangster.
Full gangster. He was such a gangster that he got stabbed in the heart in a street fight, and they made a video of him hitting mitts 6 weeks later. 6 weeks later, he's back in the gym. Pop, 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 pop. He was a crazy person. Wow. I got to see him fight in real life. He actually knocked out a friend of mine.
But so he got arrested for this crime.
Oh, yeah. He's still in jail.
He's still in prison.
He's still in jail. He'll be in jail for probably the rest of his life. Wow. They stole an enormous amount of money, and they did it like in a very high-tech, like the movie Heat. That crazy.
Yep.
Like they had full masks on, armored fucking body armor, the whole deal.
Yep.
And how much did they steal?
53 million pounds,
Oh,
which
wow.
is $92 million.
The biggest, I think it's the biggest armed robbery in Britain's history.
And
It's
did
largest-
they hurt people doing it?
They didn't hug him. They didn't help him. I don't know if it killed
No,
anybody.
I mean, I'm just wondering, like, if...
The largest peacetime cash robbery in world history. Wow.
Oh,
So
wow,
it's worth
$92
$92 million.
Damn.
53 million pounds back then. So that was in 2006. So this is after he had been in the UFC. So I called his fight in the UFC. I was doing commentary back then.
Wow.
They left over 150 million behind, 150 million pounds, because they ran out of room in their transport vehicles. Holy shit.
How did they get caught?
Only about 21 million pounds of the stolen cash has ever been recovered. So somebody made away with more than 30 million pounds. So he flew to Morocco. Murray and several associates fled to Morocco because he held dual British-Moroccan citizenship, and Morocco did not have an extradition treaty with the UK. He evaded British authorities. Moroccan police arrested Murray in June of 2006 in a shopping mall in Rabat following an international manhunt. Instead of being extradited, he was tried in Morocco. After initially being sentenced to 10 years, Moroccan appeals court extended his sentence to 25 years in prison for his role in forming a criminal gang, kidnapping, and armed robbery. Wow. So, like, when this guy got arrested, and when everyone's heard the story, everybody was saying, that guy's got to be a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much
100%.
Guy Ritchie has, like, locked down that genre.
Yep.
And I think there was some talk. Is there talk about Guy Ritchie doing a movie on the Lee Murray heist?
Well, something came out in Chasing Lightning.
It came out already?
No,
he
he
probably
didn't
will.
make that, but something came out. It's like a mini series about it.
Oh, about
on
the heist?
Showtime.
But has Guy Ritchie been connected to a movie about it? Because I know a bunch of people were talking about it, saying, like, it has to be a Guy Ritchie movie. Like, if you're going to really capture who this guy was,
Yeah.
like, he was a real nut, like a real, like, world-class fighter.
Who would play him? Like, give me the... Because I don't know what he looks like.
Jason Statham could probably nail it.
Oh, okay. Well, then there it is.
He's perfect.
It's
for
cast
it.
already.
Yeah,
That's
I
definitely a
mean,
Guy
he doesn't
Ritchie
have the
movie.
hair for it, but because Lee Murray had a full head of hair, but it doesn't matter.
Says it's been a rumor for a long time, but he instead did a true crime docuseries called Diamond Heist instead, which is like a similar story, but it's not the same story at all.
Oh, okay. The story itself is so bananas. It's just the fact that this guy was this world-class MMA fighter
Yeah.
who was also a robber, like a high-level bank
Sounds
robber.
like you don't steal like $90 million without...
Do they have footage of that robbery? Is there video footage of it? I feel like there's security footage of it, and they look nuts. Well, I mean, it looks like a movie. Like, you know, they had
It might be.
fucking masks on, everything, the whole deal. It's just that, when you think about that kind of a guy and that kind of a story, I mean, that is right up Guy Ritchie's alley. He's like that show Mobland. God, that show's so good.
It's good. It's good.
So good.
It's good.
It's so good. It's so like, it's like a movie that's like 7 hours long
I
or
know.
however many episodes there are.
It's great. It really is great.
Who is he? Do you have a favorite guy that you've worked with?
He's got to be up. I mean, if him, I gotta work with Oliver Stone,
Oh, that's awesome.
which is like like sitting with the devil.
Iconic.
Oh, man. George Tillman Jr. is a great director. I don't know if you remember that movie, Men of Honor.
Yes.
Remember with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Robert De Niro?
Sure.
He's a great director. There's a lot of I've gotten to work with some really cool. David Ayer's really interesting. That guy's a tough. I don't know if you know his story, but he's had a really dark past. But he was essentially he lived on a submarine for like 2 years, like underwater.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, I'm like, you got some screws loose if you lived on a submarine for 2 years.
Underwater for 2 years will fuck you up for 200 years.
I know.
Well,
I'm just thinking about getting how claustrophobic you could get. Like, I gotta get out of this fucking thing. Get me out.
Dude, you're squashing that part of your brain way too long.
Yeah.
I could do that for an hour.
Oh, I don't even know if I want. I don't even know if I want to get in a submarine after I watched the tin can they just exploded.
Oh, those people?
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's not wise. to
Yeah,
go
when
in
you
that
watch the
thing.
recreations of what must have happened to them, they were just liquefied instantaneously by the pressure of the ocean. That'd be a good way to go. Maybe better than a shark.
Quick.
Because it's like that.
Yeah, but then people are talking about you like you're an idiot. Like you got in that
yeah.
stupid tin can.
You're a billionaire idiot. Even worse.
I can't go down like that.
Think about all these fucking people that would love to have just a piece of your money so they could go have a margarita on the beach somewhere.
I'm gonna go to tin can. This is gonna be great.
I'm gonna go to the bottom of the ocean and tell everybody I looked through a tiny window. Like, fuck you. Well, I had a conversation with Cameron, and James Cameron went to the bottom of the fucking ocean by himself.
No, that's not. There's so much wrong with that.
He
I'd
went
be
to the
like,
bottom
no.
of the Mariana Trench, right? Like, I think he holds the world record for like single piloted submarine vehicle, the deepest depths. Like,
No. And I feel the same way about space. I'm a big Musk fan, but I don't have any desire, bro, to go to Mars or go to space.
have fun out there, bro.
Have fun. You
Have
do
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm good here on this planet.
It must be awesome to be just. I would like to be in Earth's orbit once, just to look down. I bet
And
it's
see
nuts.
the full Earth.
Well,
That'd be cool.
They say you have that experience. Like all these different astronauts have talked about it. It's the overview effect that when you're above Earth looking down on it, you're like, oh my God, we're so fragile. It's all just us together. We have to stop. We have to stop all this. Like you have this realization of what we really are and what we're really doing, and how stupid tribal conflicts are. And
Like world. I mean, yeah, world war.
Yeah.
This. We just keep repeating the same cycle. It's sad, actually. It's sad because eventually it'll probably happen again. A world war. I mean, that's if you look at the math,
it's kind of happening right now.
it's like, what's going on, man? Are we gonna keep doing this? I guess that's what we're doing.
It's very disturbing. When you're playing a character in a period piece like that, what do you have to do in terms of like make sure you're behaving like they behaved and talking like they talked? Like, did you have to watch film of those old people? And
Yeah, you talk to a lot of people. In this case, this movie, was about, the guys are all, almost all passed away at this point. But I luckily got to meet a lot of veterans because I've done 20 years of doing a few war movies. So I've gotten to meet these folks and talk to them and hear their stories, see like sometimes the pain in their eyes when they tell these stories, and you realize the gravity of what they're carrying and what they did for the world. There's so many heroes in World War II. So many people that did so many things that affect like our way of life. I mean, and affect a lot of the world's way of life. I mean, all of France and most of Europe isn't speaking German because of what happened, and so you carry like that weight with you. It can be if it's the person, you can watch tape on them, then you get that like luxury. But if you don't, then it's just, I think it's about carrying that weight and just trying to be as true as you can to that. It comes with a cost doing these movies because not only you go and make them, but then you go and promote them, and you meet these people. I met one of the oldest living veterans the other night at the Washington Archives in D.C., 107 years old.
Whoa.
Colonel Stern, and got to hold his hand, and really quite clear, still-headed. Like, I mean, he, like, shockingly, when he spoke to me, I was like, oh my gosh. But you could feel that generation, that you could feel that what he had been through. And he was actually at the Battle of the Bulge.
Whoa.
And you're like, oh, and then to have him tell us, like, we got it right, and that's what it brought me to tears. I was shook. So moments like that, it comes, it's like, wow, this is a great responsibility to tell this story.
I can imagine having a conversation with a 170-year-old guy who's been through war, and the war was what? How many years ago?
1942.
What is that? How many years ago is that?
So he would have been 20. Yes. So right, he would have been like
84.
Yeah. So
84
exactly.
years ago.
Yep.
And it's still the most probably impactful thing that ever happened in his life. Imagine that. Imagine you're 107 years old and your life is kind of defined by something that happened 84 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild what they went through. I mean, wild. I mean, imagine. I mean, if they're like, "Hey, pack up, Joe, Scott,"
Right.
like we're going to wherever it is, like, I don't know, wherever we're going right now,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to kill people.
And imagine the information you're getting. What are you getting? Like newspaper articles and a radio broadcast?
Yeah.
What do you read?
This
Show?
is him, the guy he met.
A battalion commander during World War II. Stern. His name was Senator Radcliffe. What is his name? Herbert Irving Stern. That's his name. So it says a battalion commander during World War II. Stern was awarded the Silver Star Medal during the Battle of the Bulge for his actions. In April 1945, while driving through Germany, Stern and his men discovered a concentration camp with 3,000 Jewish women. They liberated the camp, providing immediate relief to the prisoners, and destroyed the facility.
Isn't that amazing? Like, we have to celebrate these people. Like,
Can you imagine you're overseas, you're a kid. It's 1945, and you liberate a camp of 3,000 Jewish women
Yeah.
that are being imprisoned.
Yeah, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Holy shit, man!
Yeah, he would have been like, 35 years old, 34 years old.
You imagine if we could see what that guy's seeing.
I mean, I don't know if we want to. I mean, that would change your whole world, like, look on the world, man. I mean,
But you have to think that way, right? When you're playing these guys, you have to almost put yourself in their head. How hard is that? Like, what is that like?
it comes with, like I said, it comes with a cost. You go through an emotional journey. You pay a price. You have to lend your own emotion and own grief, whatever that is in your life, and you have to kind of relive some of that. And it's part of, going through what it would have been like to see some of these atrocities, to see what it's like to lose your best friend right beside you, to lose people that are, to see a concentration camp full of women that are, probably skin and bones. And, like, it's just, it makes me so grateful for what we have and where we're at.
It's the human's capacity for evil. When you're faced with it like that, it's so disturbing that people are capable of doing things like that, and that they still are. That they're still, I mean, to this day, right now, somewhere in the world, there's human beings committing atrocities and killing people.
I know. It's it's brutal. It's brutal to think how savage we can become. Like, it's crazy because, like, you think about it, it's like we're not far off. You take water away for 72 hours, and we're dead.
Yeah.
So how quickly do we turn savage fighting each other if we don't have basic needs?
Oh yeah, the civilization's a very thin veneer.
Yeah.
It's very thin, and it's very vulnerable. And I think most people are delusional, and they're very well fed and rested, and they don't have any idea how precarious this thing that we exist in is. And I think when I would imagine when you're doing a World War II film or something like that, like, you're forced to realize, you're forced to encounter that reality of the human condition. That sometimes, I mean, throughout history, that's kind of the defining moments of our past. When you think about the history of the world, really you're talking about the history of war. You're talking about the history of war and conquests, invasions and conquests. It's like the most of what we talk about when we talk about history. You know, we talk about the various wars and what happened and what was the result and who was the king and who did this.
What was it over?
Yeah.
Greed, resources. This war is really, I think why it's so fascinating, why World War II is still so fascinating, is because there is no ambiguity between right and wrong in that war, really.
Right.
Like, what they were doing in Nazi Germany was terrifying. You know, they were exterminating innocent people. And we came together as a world, you know, a coalition, and fought that evil. And that is very different than a war like Vietnam, where we're like, why are we here? Or,
Right.
you know, you're questioning what is this just a politically motivated thing? No, this was to save people.
Yeah.
And that's very different.
Yeah, we think of that as our last great war. That is the World War II, in most people's eyes, is the last just war.
Yeah.
You know, we think it's like that's the one that needed to be done. Because it wasn't just evil people, it was evil people on meth, which is really crazy. I didn't know that until like a decade or two ago.
Yeah.
That they were all on meth. And then we had Norman Ohl. He wrote, how do I say his last name? Oler. Oler. He wrote this book, Blitzed, and it's all about the Blitzkrieg when they went through Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Poland in like 3 days.
Yep.
And it was all meth.
Oh,
They just
yeah.
gave them meth.
Yeah, that was in the beginning of the war,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
like
yeah.
35 million doses of meth.
It's nuts, man. That is nuts.
And they gave the guys at the front of the lines the most meth. The guys in the tanks, like, you guys get the most meth. They wanted them just methed up.
Cracked up.
Just driving for 3 days, killing everybody they see. And then when they ran into the people in France, they were all drinking wine. So, like, they're all chilling and they just got fucked up, man.
Yep.
It's not that long ago. And that's what's really scary.
It is. It's super scary. Also, what was crazy about this movie, and you know, I learn something new every time I do a war movie. I didn't realize there were German Americans living in America, like had a life here. And when the war kicked off, there was a lot of them that went back to Germany and fought for Germany.
Whoa.
Can you imagine that?
How many?
Like thousands.
Whoa. I
that
didn't know
went
that.
back and, like, you know, and then they were spies, and a lot of them spoke English, a lot of had the American culture, you know, they understood, and they became like spies. And it was like, can you imagine doing that?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine giving up on America to go back to fight for Germany. What? Like, hey, settle down.
Hold the phone.
Don't you know this spot is better? You should be fighting for this, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people that are willing to do that, that's a different kind of brainwashing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it makes me think about some of the brainwashing we have nowadays, like, and you kind of think like, oh, like, you know, there's a lot of conspiracy theory stuff, and I'm not a lot, but I do see, and we were talking about it today, it's like, how strong is the government to, like, brainwash, you know, the MK Ultra stuff, like the stuff where it's like you get like a patsy or get someone to do something that you want them to do, kill somebody, whatever.
Yeah.
That's like really terrifying.
Yeah,
you
it's
think you're
real,
your
too.
own thoughts and emotions, but
Also, if you find someone who's vulnerable, you can coax them slowly but surely into becoming a different person. You give them a purpose. You give them a direction.
Yep.
You can, I mean, they've done it before. It's not, they didn't stop doing it in the 1960s. That guy who tried to shoot Trump, he was probably a product of that.
yeah.
If I had to guess, by some organization. I'm not saying it's the American intelligence agencies, but someone talked that young kid into getting on that roof and trying to shoot Trump. Someone, you know, someone gave him direction. Someone who just, his background is too squeaky clean after it's over. They professionally scrubbed his apartment. His apartment was professionally scrubbed. There was no silverware in his apartment when they went to examine it. All of his hard drives were gone. All of his computers were gone. He had more than one cell phone, which is very odd for a 20-year-old kid, and had no social media profile. The whole thing was fucked.
Can you explain to me the theories going on with like the Charlie Kirk of it all? Because I know I've heard a lot of like stuff, and a lot of smart people that I like respect are like, there's something going on with that we don't know the full.
Well, there's something going on with the guy being able to climb on top of that roof with a gun, dismantle it, put it back together again, and then dismantle it again and put it back together again. Like, the whole thing makes no sense. They think they have footage of him in a backpack. But a backpack doesn't carry a gun. And so the excuse was, oh, he dismantled the gun, then reconnected it. Well, that doesn't fly. So the problem with that is anybody who knows anything about guns knows that you take a scope off a gun, you take the barrel off the gun, you take the stock off the gun, you got to put it all back together again. You might not be on anymore. So you're going to have to sight that gun in, right? And if you sight that gun in, you're going to want to have targets to practice on. You're not just going to take a 140-yard shot or whatever it was where he shot Charlie Kirk, not knowing if your sight is on. Because I was hunting once and I fell with my rifle, and we went back to the range to test it. And it was off on so when you're shooting on a block, so you're not moving at all. All you're doing is pulling the trigger. Yep. So it's just to make sure that the gun is on. It was off by 6 inches at 100 yards just by moving from a fall. You know? And so you have to check that, and then you have to sight the gun back in. You just take the scope off, and then you put it back on and screw it back together again. There's no guarantee that thing's going to be accurate. And this kid's not like a marksman. It's not like he's got a ton of experience shooting people and shooting at a distance. The whole thing it's gross. The whole thing sounds gross. The text messages between him and his boyfriend or whatever it is, where he's saying how he did it or he's gonna do it, they seem like AI made them. It seems crazy. And then there's also the fact that there was footage of him in a yogurt shop. Is that verified? The footage that was in a yogurt shop that was like 20 minutes later? The guy's just chilling at some fucking frozen yogurt store. That seems weird.
What about this stuff with like the people that were like right around the shooting and stuff, and like, is there like some weird?
Well, there's a lot of people that think that some of them were signaling for the shot to happen at a certain time. That's a lot of
bullshit.
Seems like speculation to me because, people move around all the time. People are in the crowd. If I was standing there and I went like this, and at that moment someone got shot.
Okay, now we're making a mountain out of them.
Yeah,
right.
Or if you look at your watch at a certain point and that person gets shot. Like, a lot of movements going on. You could attribute that movement to someone signaling. To me, what's weird is the actual wound itself. So, a 30-06
exit wound versus
well, it's not a big enough hole. 30-06 is a big rifle round, and to shoot a guy in the neck with a 30-06, you would expect. First of all, you'd expect an exit wound, and there's no exit wound. It just goes in, and it looks like a smaller hole. It doesn't look like the kind of hole that I would expect from a large rifle round. I would expect it to just blow a giant chunk of his neck right off. That's a round that you would shoot an elk with. It's a big round. And then there's a video footage of him from the back, and it doesn't look like there's an exit. There's no exit. So it just goes in his neck and stops?
The details about him being at Dairy Queen are very weird. It seems like he was at a Dairy Queen, but they don't know which one. And the one they thought he was at closed down weirdly a couple of weeks afterwards.
Okay, but there is footage of him at a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, just which one it was and when it was.
Okay. Either way, after you shoot Charlie Kirk, do you really go to a fucking Dairy Queen like this?
Before, they're saying too.
Oh,
maybe
good.
That's
right before you go to shoot Charlie Kirk, when you give him them blizzards. Them blizzards got a lot of caffeine in it. I think it's also weird that we haven't heard him talk. He hasn't taken the stand. There's discrepancies between whether or not his family turned him in or whether or not he said he confessed to his family. I don't know what they're saying now.
He hasn't even. There is an update as of June 12th in a hearing, and this article it says there hasn't been a plea entered yet.
That's crazy. prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty if Robinson is convicted. He has not yet entered a plea. How that happened in September?
Yeah,
How has he not yet entered a plea?
I don't know.
Is that like one of the
This
things
is
where
they're
just
going
kinda
over details about
keep you in limbo?
the
kinda?
prosecution going on public talking about the bullet fragment found, and defense is saying they shouldn't have done that. And there's a whole back and forth about that.
I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but it just feels like there's a lot of stuff. I'm sure, like you said, there's some bullshit where people are gonna go, "Oh, you see, look," and you're like,
Well,
"Okay, come on."
Tucker Carlson was just talking about it, and he thinks that Israel killed him. He thinks Israel killed Charlie Kirk. And then a lot of people are saying that's ridiculous. And then how many people are getting paid by Israel to run cover, and how many people are just saying that Israel did it without real evidence? I don't know. But he was critical of Israel apparently in text messages and saying that he was going to get out of the Israel supporting business. I don't know what that means. You know, I don't.
Okay.
Because apparently there was also a long letter that he wrote to Netanyahu. He's expressing his support for Israel, and so is that real? I don't know.
It's so
we
hard
don't-
these days to just like,
Nothing is 100% real.
yeah.
If it's a major news story involving anything significant, at least some of it's bullshit. And
Yeah,
so
for
we're all
sure.
just sitting here wondering, did this kid really shoot Charlie Kirk because of his position on trans people? Is that really what we're supposed to believe? He was in love with a trans man, or a trans woman rather, and so he shot Charlie Kirk because of that? Really?
Do you think like younger people though have like a bigger distrust in the media? I feel like now. I feel like it's like
for sure.
changing. So it's maybe
Yeah.
for the best.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, this
Right?
isn't even the media. This is the government. You know, this is the official position. Like, they paved over the crime scene like within days afterwards.
That's weird.
Yeah, but there's a lot of weird shit, man. The Thomas Crooks thing, they cremated him within days after he was killed. You know, where's the toxicology examination? Where's the results? I want to know what kind of psych medication this fucking kid was on. Like, what was he doing? Like, what was happening? Why did he shoot at the president? Why did he kill people in the crowd? Like, what the fuck is going on? And, you know, we don't ever get told. You know, this Tyler Robbins thing is a weird one, man. It's weird. Just the gun itself alone. I've heard varying depictions. Getting on that fucking roof with a gun, going through the stairwell with a gun. He doesn't have the gun. So did he get the gun up there already? So they're saying it's in the backpack. So no, it's not. It doesn't fit in the backpack. Well, maybe the stock, maybe the barrel's in his legs. He taped it to his pants. Fuck off. Fuck off. You can't put a gun back together again and make it that accurate. So I don't believe that. And then he took it apart and then jumped off the roof with it and then put it back together again in the woods. Is that what they're saying? I don't know if that's exactly what that's some version of it, but
yeah.
any version of it where this guy, under a high stress, high adrenaline situation, is taking apart a gun and putting it back together again. Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, I don't believe that.
Yeah, especially someone untrained, right?
Yeah.
Like not a.
And he jumped off the roof afterwards and then escaped. Like, okay.
The thing with which one is this? This is the the first shooting, the professionally scrubbed apartment. That's a weird detail that doesn't seem to have accuracy.
It says right here, July 24, House Homeland Security Committee hearing, Rep. Eli Crane said he had received information that Crook's house was scrubbed, cleaned, and even silverware removed before investigative units arrived. Crane entered the article making the allegation into record, and from there, professionally scrubbed and no silverware talking points spread through blogs, forums, ex-posts, and podcasts. What officials have said. When Crane asked Pennsylvania State Commissioner Colonel Christopher Parris whether the home had been extremely clean or missing silverware, Parris replied that he had not been given any such details in his briefings.
But see, this is what I like.
It says he
like,
lived with his parents.
This is what I like, though.
living on his own,
You're
too.
fact checking yourself, and I think this is super important because people start, no matter what we're talking about, people start regurgitating their own narrative, and it's like, no, hold on, I could be wrong, and let's fact check. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not wrong. I don't
So
know.
he was living with his primary residence. It says was his parents' single-family home. Did he have his own apartment? He had a separate apartment.
Said he didn't.
It said he didn't, but it says primary residence.
Well, I mean, that's what you call it.
But it says not in his own separate apartment. But does that mean he didn't have a separate
I
apartment?
asked the question, did he have his own apartment or whatever? Well, what about the apartment?
Oh, I
That's all
see.
even typed in.
I see. So I gave you that response.
Right.
The house and surrounding streets were searched and cordoned off by federal agents and bomb squads after the assassination attempt. and investigators reported finding bomb-making materials there. Oh, boy. So in case it didn't work out with the gun, he had a bomb? Did he think he was going to make it off the roof? I wonder what he thought. Thought he'd shoot the president and just jump away. No one's going to notice. Like, they got snipers all over the place. They took that guy out the moment he shot him. I wonder if someone talked him into doing it and convinced him that they had a way to get him out of there.
Yeah, see, that's the scary thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the mind control, like you
Right.
said, you know.
Especially if they're giving him drugs. That's my point about the toxicology examination. So a lot of people were very concerned they cremated him right away, because if you got a hold of the toxicology examination and you found out that there were some drugs in there that they give people to influence them, like maybe he had LSD in his system, maybe he had something else in it, some other psychiatric medications in his
Sure.
system, that you would say, well, why was he given this? You know, is this something that we've done when we were working on mind control experiments? Have we given people these things?
Yeah.
Are we still doing that? There was also metadata that connected a phone from D.C. to his house from like Virginia, outside the FBI area, where the FBI offices are, back and forth to this guy's house multiple times. Wow. Metadata from a phone. I can't say whose phone. Who knows? Probably nothing. Or
Yeah, don't they know? I mean,
he was also in a BlackRock commercial.
If you want to find out whose phone that is, people could find out whose phone that is.
I would imagine.
Right?
Yeah, it's all weird.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, look, there's probably a lot of people before the election that wanted Trump dead. Fill in the blank, who you think it might be. But most likely somebody got a kid to try to do it.
Yeah, that's
And he didn't pull it off. But he came close.
scary, man.
And then there's the real dummies who think it's staged, which is so crazy.
Oh,
Do-
yeah, I've heard that.
do you
I
think
was hearing that
They
narrative.
let him nick his ear with a
I'm
bullet.
like, what?
Do you know how dumb that sounds? You have no idea
Why would
about
someone
shooting
do
things
that?
at distance. There's no way
They're like,
you
it's
could.
performative. So we can. I'm like, what?
There's not a fucking chance in hell that you could nick someone's ear with a bullet at that distance and be that accurate. You can
Yeah.
easily blow half their fucking head off. You know.
And like what? So like they're gonna take that risk to put
Right.
on that performative, and what happens if they're
kill
not?
the people behind them?
Yeah.
Because
Someone got shot, right?
One guy died.
Jesus.
At least one person died. Another guy got shot really badly, and two other people I think are suing now. They're suing the government for negligence because of that shooting. Yeah, because they're permanently injured because they got shot.
Wow.
Yeah, and the whole thing where the lady who was the head of the Secret Service was saying that they couldn't put anybody on that roof because the slope was too steep. Like, what? And that didn't even make sense because the slope of the building where the snipers were on was steeper. Made no sense. So it's almost like it was set up so that kid could get up on that roof and take a shot.
I mean, look, it seems like the powers that be are pulling some strings. That's all I'm saying.
Always.
You know what I mean? They're pulling
Always have
strings. And
been.
if you're not playing by their rules, if
Yeah.
you're not kissing the ring, kind of Hollywood's the same way. You know what I mean? Hollywood is like, there's a lot of that bullshit.
There's a lot of that bullshit.
A lot of that, like, kiss the ring and things. You're like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know? It's like, nah.
Yeah.
You let, it's like you said, how bad do you want to be Batman? How bad do you want to be Batman? If it cost me my soul, maybe I'm good.
Well, good for you, dude. Good for you. You've achieved a nice balance in your life and work relationship, and I think that's very important. You know, and like I always tell people, like he's like the normalest guy. You're like the normalest guy that's a movie star. Like that I know. Like every time I've introduced you to people, they're like, "Who is he?" I go, "That's Scott Eastwood." Like, what? That's Clint Eastwood's son? It's like he's so normal.
There's a lot of other normal people, though. There's some great ones.
Yeah.
they
They
There's
exist.
some great ones, but they're few and far between.
Dude, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are fucking super normal.
Yeah,
They're
the
like
best.
regular guys when you talk to them. They
best.
manage to keep their, as hard as it is,
Yeah.
keep whoever it is that's them, they're still that.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
kudos to them, kudos to you. And thanks for these vitamins. I'm
Yeah,
gonna try
man.
'em. I'm going to take them. I'll tell you what's up.
Tell me what's up.
They suck. I'm going to tell you that too. No, I'm sure they're great. I'm just kidding. North Performance. That's what it's called.
There we go, baby.
And your movie, one more time?
Lucky Strike, out
Lucky
tomorrow.
Strike, out tomorrow.
Out
Okay.
tomorrow.
Beautiful.
It's
All right.
perfect timing. 250 years. Celebrate
Yes.
our veterans.
Yes. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything.
Same.
All right. Bye, everybody.